agono Sir Felix and African day when you be na nina mono solution no doctor na draw our day aba amuzu p eno ana sa onya bia eno betimi abonti sano so ma me say dre ana no ebetimi abo na afi why you see mama problem aba what's you agede mama problem aba eno no doctor drew ana no me kamfu ediamanene question be na doctor say emusa momi enhwe kusa wo hoi na eni enkomo na ya resele nuemesi go say who is your flop who is your flop of the world okay, who is your flop of the World Cup so far? World Cup here, yeah, boy. Why? And now you say, what flop? Who is your flop of the World Cup so far? Yeah, boy. Players, no, expectation. All but now you say, Kwei bet me be any ama so far. Nyaman koyo why na you say why flop pa na yeni enkomo ene anupe na yewese de nyama enso ebesi akọ e de afenti wonsam eno no wo amon from adwen chemra ye ba kenkan e de amamo ene anupe na yam betway no nso no coats no nra ebi esun na enra takivwe wo mu ye den pa humachin a wo ma se nuoman enu yo maso so say ya na take for dumja nti nyame na ayo muza o muni nyame nkofie na bi aso nye kama yenche we de edika 15 BW5D CE0 392 15 O's. The was your 12 BW5D CDF 395 12 O's. BW5D CE0 896 and also 8 O's. The was your 7 BW5D CE0 C3B 7 O's. Last one is 6 BW5D CE1 CDD 6 O's. Last one Tienra the end also no 9 O's and then that's no yes no anka 19 be pi net take for kano e also e farmer bibia so e fine oh hunti ye kwa mono ne na afia the latest na to aso de mama ha e Wontumi 101.3 Wontumi TV yenko foreign sa bibia ni obi ma yenko amono ne mbra na ekofa latest from Black Stars TC from pe na efin so ahunti ebuzavo yenko amono ne na idea amono ne nsem atoaso todi
anwa juma no you nyame wo hoda se uji didia obeya juma asachre ni no you nyame wo hoda se uji didia obeya juma ye bompaye shamaki Israel Yehuwa ilahenu Yehuwa ekad we ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika luvika uvika naveshika uvika miyodika tode yashak in English in the name of Jesus amen.
Capo Capo chairman messages and chairman ya 1.3 Wontumi TV atna say and I no latest and I details no yare nkomo ade Bamami Morocco akoda na say origin din Ayub Boadi na yeni nkomo kakra we say transfers no emoya say World Cup na ye bono ama teams no players no aji wo mu ho ama teams ni bi nso ani abra wo mu ye sekwan bia so mbefa enankudai bi na afo mu do mo enso atimi akona Madrid team no reporter eba and say Jose Mourinho no any African players there say ene Jose Mourinho who African player Trinity na wo hu sa kuda ni bo ayadan a Jose Mourinho enso na kwa hu say reporter eba
yɛsɛ body sakudaya wɔno bɔ edemali no yɛsɛ yɛte sɛ Madrid fo wɔma show interest ɛwɔ ayu body mu amika sɛ wɔn sɛ offer no wɔn resa kwan bia so wɔn leave fo no enso ebedi nkɔmɔ na afɛ 70 million euros ɛno ɛyɛ sika wɔn resa kwan bia so wɔn adiba rem na afa kudai wɔn akɔfa na no ɛyɛ Madrid for latest ɛno mfo no matebe adun nsɛm ni nyina no enso adeba on Camavinga enso adia no ɛwɔ Real Madrid no yɛte sɛ Madrid for sɛ ɔmbɛma na kwa ɛno no ɛwɔ fe around 60 million euros ansa na bia wɔn aresa Eduardo Camavinga wɔn agya no kwan enso mama na kɔ ɛno ɛyɛ Madrid for wɔn latest efi wɔn matebe adun nsɛm no ɛde ɛba yɛse Jose Mourinho no ama is interest na Madrid ɛwɔ Alexandro Bastoni mu no ɛno enso ngasa akɔsoro pa ama sɛ yɛte sɛ Alexandro Bastoni sɛ Interfo no wɔn sɛ value ne deɛ ɛyɛ 70 million euros ana afei wɔn abɛgye nti Madrid fire ready na sɛ Jose Mourinho ɛyɛ ampa sɛ Mourinho no enso ngapɛ Bastoni deɛ ɛsɛ wɔn de 70 enso ɛba Barca foi wɔn atena ho yɛbɛfa ɛne Bastoni ma Barca foi wɔn de wɔn no adododo ho a ama sɛ report aba ne sɛ Madrid foi wɔn asa pagya wɔn interest yɛto nsɛm ngate Frank Garcia report am na ba ne sɛ yɛsɛ Red Betis woman ya pray a woman yo Madrid sɛ kwan bia so ɛsɛ Madrid player Frank Garcia enso na kwan bia so no na me adom na obe move ya Betis so no ani yɛsɛ woman ya bread tonton a woman initiative and the talks woman egu so a woman yɛsɛ kwan bia so woman sabetimi aka and the player no enso natimi ababe ditumai ade ama woman na afenuama enso natimi akoye ne nkomo a efo no madeba na onim sɛ komo team no woman ene Madrid din komo sɛ be Nico pass situation ewo ene komo enso na be yare sɛmia komo fo ebe jemu ade ama Real Madrid na report aba ne sɛ yase ene Madrid fo no woman enso na hwesen kakoda beba na wababa bobi ko sɛ ne modemo no emu apagya ama clubs awodonya abranche Nico pass a woman pe nemo report aba ne sɛ koda ne prefer obeste ewo komo sɛ be ya obenya bia bo nemo sɛ report aba ne sɛ Madrid and a control situation no Madrid for the back as obeste anazemia who stay in Takodano ama sɛ reporter ever and it's a rumor the for the versa woman restructure the deal with Como said the bear said in a situation no and some nebesia call a day after Brantia your friend Nico Paris and we are doing something no and some not the ever now one player as a Barca for the Sonia bra woman pay a player your friend Julian Alvarez na kudai ze Barca for no mobato and amonto because Gavi num kokasa Pablo Gavi aya interview Dani Olmo aya interview Paul Kubasi aya interview Ronald Araujo Mark Banal omunyina no interview omaya ne se womu fere signing a womunya di bia be din amanuama enso ngati akoye pa eno ene se name Abrantia Fanny said, William Alvarez be Biabeto Din, as the Amatim said a Benuama, and some liberty Nakoye, and no Ayakaka, and also a phone Manteba, doing something, and so a day Monday, I don't pay away Juma Dia. So is a Basa for the Niabro Muguso, Juma Bakumi, and who said a Benuama, and some Lebeto Din, and young Koma Bana, winning say, Yase, and a Basa, Rexin Santada, woman defender, I have had Jorge Salinas, reporter, Eba. And it's a Akudano 8 million euros sika is a Barca for no omu ede amekisa sign in a report and it says left back otimi bo as a center back is a reporter Minseka and it's no ebe first player ono ebe Johnny Hansen flick the preseason Barca team no enso ebe ye eno eyen komo efu ono ma de sansemi enso edema na no fe ewo djuma dia so ntiresi santada wo mu defender Jorge Salinas no and wo mu erese kwambia so wono ensom de room our Barca chiro ho obese no ono nso be djumate ama Barca eboboko na dun komo nyina no enso edeba na Barca fo no wo mu ewo in Egyptian akodaketwa wono ye fan Hamza Abdul Karim na Hamza Abdul Karim nie reporter na bani sa akodai esia kan enso edema club ene ewo Egypt na reporter man Al Hama ewo ana akodai bo na reporter man say yese akodani move
2 and a boss no report am urban so my reporter and a move no at the Egyptian Football Federation ni nyina say the former club your friend Al Ama womu ese akoda no omu na training akoda no from nkoda bremu enti omu per training compensation percentage no 1.5 million euros transfer fee every ugly eboboko no na ugly for no so man tua ade say ne be ha dwepa the club from Al-Kumfo womu kan so omu pese womu be distract akoda no career na omu protect club right club no interest into reporter and so any say no say agreement between Ali Eboboko no and Barca etimi akoso a say omu percentage and a training percentage and your compensation from 1.5 million no as omu sam and so etimi ka womu dia yaro sam and so at the eba into reporter and so omu percentage no as omu saka sikani around 1.5 million as omu and omu percentage the free mo and club and bread and woman and some ugly Eboboko na woman reporter at the federation I don't come and some whatever now unim sa boss as I say chiro na me do my next season the action is likely some 5 center backs and omodebe room next season Eric Garcia, Gerard Martin, Paulo Kubasi, Ronald Arajo and afem Andres Christensen omunina no boys I say na me do my next season no woman abebo same 5 center backs for next season yadem awun kobani nyina no and so at the panon say report am never is a boss woman sate and a record the biggest revenue in a year our club history our YouTube no woman ya 1.2 million dollars and a day every YouTube multimeter player I know I dey free and so dem anti new record for Barca and say woman and so ngafino sika woman ya the biggest revenue in a year our club no and so say timiaka 1.2 million dollars and a Barca for no woman enya from YouTuber woman views no na 2.89 billion views and a Barca woman and some timiaka wa YouTuber ya do some deba adrenati 1.2 million dollars at the amatim no na Atletico Eboboko no yesim omania bro Alexandro Grimaldo na do no say report about say agreement is done and your personal times and the fancy and the kind breaky at the latest at the final swear the report and it's a boy need to say yes to Atletico womu project womu na say report and say ban Leverkusen Eboboko no and as say womu Atletico for say omu betimi no mawie na and the player and some the remote amomo and no ayen koma e for my latest no as the na Chelsea team no womu Anishon Martin player and the ma race Sadat 20-year-old player they say Alonso yasa kodawe or Yada Alonso Yada could have brutal na sa center back adeba a yes Alonso na the feeling ye aerial ability sir yako airball I was soro masa I could have be funny easy and say report am na ban sa Chelsea team no Jean Martin obo at the Emma Reus Sadada nimfenu ye 20 yes say report am na ban say kwambia so we mu say ne ono and some na betima room na koda no kra no yes so the same agency baby Alonso Xavi Alonso agency no I wanna could we and some that want to say them easy crash at Chelsea team no womu and some abaka could enough one abedini to man at Chelsea say goalkeeping department as some year word from because sasa Dianano last season Kofoi goalkeeper masa I just say I didn't send a brain and a bench say FC Porto Diego Costa a goalkeeper I make say Alonso and some mattress a banu goalkeeper sa where say one and the top priority Diego Costa our them and some Nadima and the Porto Bobokono and no 60 million euros and the FC Porto woman ya talk on so as a Chelsea padia as almost splash around and the 60 million nafe when we at them never fat top goalkeeper no about them at the Chelsea the Blues ya don't some Nadima ko Palmer when to run our World Cup no na say Chelsea team no resa obey impress Alonso because enche ya World Cup area league ever started and Cole Palmer near our started asem dey training wo dija den e training grant code farmer ana wo hwe na o dija so ya do nsam deba England wo mu camp ayesepa na England camper ayesi nyina so wo ne Black Stars yo game nyame adoma Tuesday ana Ebasu Bukayo Saka report am abane so ya dafo anhwe ya na Bukayo Saka antimi an start in a game Ghana ya ni England and some according to reporter a free England wo mu e camp and some not eba obetimi abokwa antimi an start the game no aye Bukayo Saka reporter e forma deba dun komo nyina no and some not deba na timbai ana coach ya friend Thomas Tuchel obe start against Ghana Black Stars because training war and na sameto away ana Gary Neville Roy Keane ana fe and right wo mu e din komo na komo mu din nyina ne se wo mu se Marcus Rashford sa game no DSM obem eso obem pa na afi oba be change nyama e Ghana game num sa Ghana match ne de omu giri se esa kwambia so Marcus enso obem Marcus Rashford na yebetie Gary Neville wo mani bra wo mu ye selection Edema Thomas Tuchel against Ghana ne de za match ne de nye match gitu nti yentie kakra wodem na tudani nyina no Marcus omu giri se it should come in as obem na or starting yentie kakra ene omu attitude.
No, but Brandon didn't score, did he?
No, he said it.
Yeah. Oh, Brandon, I love Brandon.
Brandon, who's Brandon?
Brandon Thomas Asante. He's played for Salford.
You made a few bob out of him, didn't you? Right?
Just something. But he deserves it.
Good.
Of course, no one said he doesn't.
Good.
He deserves it. He's good. He went to West Brom, then he's gone to Coventry. He'll be in the Premier League this year.
And some not me ya ansana game no ya rem na afenu man so ya kama no ayen koma wo mu yentie wo mu go so mu cheche wo makia na enkoma na de yentie wo mu.
I think Gay, Spence and Rashford start the next game.
Oh, would he make that many changes at the back?
I think I think so.
You think so?
At the back.
Now he's won, I think so. I think he's the type. I think he's the type of guy that will say, "Okay, you two on the left, you're just going to flip between you. Whoever's, Anthony, you can come on."
Yeah, but I'm more the defensive one.
I think I can see Rashford. I would probably go with Gay and.
But we spoke all before the game about having a settled back four, players getting used to playing with each other.
John Stones can't play every game.
No, of course not. No, but would you make again? It's the two changes you're talking about.
I would put Spence in. I'm
pleased about that, to be honest.
I would put Spence and Gay in. Yeah. If last night was you said it, Roy, about they took 2 punches with the goals, and there'll be a question mark this morning. That they'll be looking at it and thinking, how do we get more? So I think they'll think, okay, maybe Jed's a bit more defensively aggressive, maybe, and then maybe Gay's one-on-one. Just Ghana probably going to be Asante and who's the striker? Who's up front for Ghana?
Semenyo.
So you've got players that can beat players. So I just think I think Gay and Spence will come in, and I think Marcus will come in.
I'd be surprised if he makes 2 changes at the back, but we'll.
So how many changes do you think he'll make, Roy, in that team?
No, I don't know about the changes. I can see Rashford 1 or 2 positions, but
you think at the back. You don't think it's at the back. You think it's.
You think Rashford and Gay maybe?
Yeah, no, I'm not even sure he would make the change. You've won the game. It's their first game, and he's on about lads getting used to playing with each other, distances, communication. I'd be surprised.
I think Gay, Spence and Rashford.
Na otia wo mu analyze Black Stars and some team no England wo mu pandit no and wo mu disan kwama no na on Brandon Thomas Asante was born from Antoine Semenyo to Brandon Thomas Asante to Caleb Yirenchi and a go no ba Edema Ghana your first game against Panama now ma monitor sa swift na e buy no from Antoine Semenyo Brandon Thomas Asante to Caleb Yirenchi sa Thomas Asante no onimbo bopa na Gary Neville no mo back na mo so a special talent Brandon Thomas Asante omo discuss no e wo Enra gamer and as a Black Stars no Panama gamer your boy no omo discuss no omo se akoda no onimbo bopa nti England and Ghana as omo watch the kid and no Gary Neville Roy Keane enkomo na omo di yebetie anu na afia tin komo no enso abasan komo no on Brandon Thomas Asante omo discuss kwan a omo fa so stop akoda no ne boy Obo, England.
Brandon, I love Brandon. My
gosh,
they went crazy. The Ghana fans went mad.
They went mad in there.
Brandon score?
He set it up.
No, but Brandon didn't score, did he?
No, he set it up.
Yeah. Oh, Brandon, I love Brandon.
Brandon, who's Brandon?
Brandon Thomas Asante. He used to play for Salford.
You made a few bob out of him, didn't you? Right?
Just something. But he deserves it.
Good.
Of course, no one said he doesn't.
Good.
He deserves it. He's good. He went to West Brom, then he's gone to Coventry. He'll be in the Premier League this year. He got Ghana in a World Cup.
What's his journey so far? Where was he before?
His journey was at Milton Keynes Dons.
He was released from them, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was at Milton Keynes Dons and he got released. I'd say he was 18 or 19. We were just about to set up our B team and we had trials. And I always remember I went down. I didn't watch the trials because obviously I don't pick the players and stuff. But I went down there after, and Chris Casper was there with Warren Joyce, and Warren Joyce was basically taking over our B team. And he said, "You've got to sign that lad now." To be fair, the year that we sold him, I remember I going on holiday to Greece in like August, and we'd started the season, and he was like, I think he'd scored like 5 or 6 in 8 games, and he was on fire.
He had something, yeah.
And he was ripping up teams, and he just come back over pre-season, different player. And anyway, he had a buyout clause in his contract of, it was a few $100,000. I'm not sure exactly, it's too recent. There's probably confidentiality around it. It was a few $100,000. Anyway, Brucey rang me up whilst I was on holiday and said we want to invoke the buyout clause. And I was happy for him.
Right.
But I was devastated
for yourselves.
because we kept
Koso Ghana England match yɛwɛsɛ no ɛbɛtumi aba so Garnefo nom astarte yɛ discussions wɔ mu study Black Stars and players yi player to player sɛdeɛ ne wɔ mu ɛnsom ɛbɛtumi analyse ɛne team no yɛ no ma hyɛ yɛ ntia no yɛade a ɛno kɔso yɛ nso yɛbɛtena ha ne yɛhwɛ sɛdeɛ nneɛma ɛnsom ɛbɛsi akɔ Bukayo Saka nom yɛbɛhwɛ Marcus Rashford yɛbɛhwɛ biribi a wɔ mu weakness ɛwɔ no afei nso de ato dwa na Ghanafoɔ nso ahu sɛdeɛ nneɛma ɛbɛsi akɔ nti tuja yenso yabato ate ehyiamo eno eyenkoma eba na unim sam anu Morocco womo nso eba moden ehye go baako na Morocco ni Scotland ana boy na yababo ene Morocco team no enso na baso ama Ismail Sabari wono ana make the difference o game eno ekwaso ne Morocco akoda no na yebo na baso na wodwumadia eno ekwaso omuja 3 points out of Scotland enso nsem na man of the match no ekom edema Ismail Sabari wono and senior man of the match and now the performance is superb against Omaya your friends at Scotland which make the board GT so na fe ono so na pass na se dwuma koye chance onya ya no and ono so na de to na tedema Morocco Ismail Sabari and your tenin semi atem to the Brahim Diaz and so chasa Morocco for tournament o ma bay wo mo the talent and abo o ma media gro wo mu abam every game wo betimi abon afe wo mu enso na tima represent womu a country womu free mu womu adiaba enti game by game and womu enso fan yebetie Brahim Diaz enkomo wono attitude after senra womu amodemo ekonkan womu agi womu 3 points every free Scotland and national team no Brahim Diaz enkomo no are ready yebetie Brahim na afia enkomo no pi
and we need to continue like this of course.
Okay, yeah, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about the game.
I think it was a really good game from us. I think we make a really good chance. We create a lot. We play as a team, and we need to continue like this. Of course, in every game you have to suffer because this is the World Cup, and we suffer a little bit. But this is really important to make us stronger.
Everybody is very excited about Morocco because of what you did in 2022. What do you have to say about how far you can go?
I don't want to say how far we can go. I want to say that we are giving everything. We give everything every game, and that's all we need to do. We have a lot of talent. We have this passion for every game, and of course we are with our Moroccan fans here is everywhere, and we are so proud to represent our country, and we will go game by game because this is the most important thing. We are improving more, and we have to improve more because this is the World Cup, and I think we are doing really well, and we need to keep growing.
Finally,
what atucha ayadun samno and so at the pano Morocco ni akoda friend of Prime Dia sana yadin some goalkeeper or them as the Morocco yasim bonu aya record na new recorder was certain as an African goalkeeper our good most clean sheet our World Cup no wayano mako 4 without conceding and no aya record kuta yasim bonu sir wanu ababe the latest African goalkeeper with the most clean sheet 4 matches and wako without conceding eno ensama eno efiwo ade eba ye do nsem nyina no enso ade eba no eye yasimpo no ane ade nsema pa Morocco for no woman so record kita woman say woman got 39 games unbeaten na say Morocco for no before say ye remu World Cup no mabbo matches obi anso timi say woman say woman ade got 39 unbeaten and no historically records woman enso aye de san komani nyina no enso ade eba ene anope na unim say Morocco all per countries woman winning World Cup matches all time African World Cup wins Ghana na ya 6 matches Ghana for no ya winning 6 games out of the World Cup Nigeria equita 6 and after Morocco and some iron 6 as I say Morocco for not join the likes of the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria and after the Black Stars of Ghana you know you 6 wins out of the World Cup and some not after some Morocco and womu efa win no FIFA ranking appreciate womu atem womu about 5th place out of the latest and the ranking I know so etina was on where they and coming no at the eba and Morocco team no na womu bonina na CAF president ya friend Dr. Patrice Mochepi and na our attendance our monitor from VIP so at so monitor game ready for any entourage womu ehwe bi womu eki African proud because Morocco for Bema jina so Senegal Bema jina so Ghana Bema and some jina so Africa ya bomode amanu amanso akoye na enya nunko a enra Man City former coach ya friend Pep Guardiola enra na Pep so monitor from VIP session abra and they also in the game na sia na on monitor Morocco woman is called Angema and no abaso adun ko nyina no enso adeba Ayub Boadi aya koraketua Morocco for woman na ba tournament wono abe the only second ever African player World Cup matches mienu atwaso at the age of 19 years yamfa koda bien free Africa enko World Cup and age no enso 19 World Cup games mienu atwaso abranche Ayub Boadi ayasa record no enso ngate ama Morocco akodaketua wabo the World Cup games mienu enso atwaso ani adinkomo ade emanaro pe ewo dwumade no so na wonim say Sadio Mane ana fe Senegal for no enra womuko Juma womuko bompa kakra onsam nkemofo no Friday yes debia okobom paye ma Allah na fe Allah e ma favor ana fe o ma more money o ma cash na said ye enra Senegal for womu tournament kase said ye na sam omuko Juma no omuko bom paye na Senegal for no ko Juma e ko bom paye na ni padoma masana e Senegal team yi ensom na ti Sadio Mane nom ana fe womu a chese ne o wese ne obi ansom na du wo ma chenese enwama adamu eyepa ade emo fans no omunya di na Senegal camp no problem aba our Senegal camp no masa enya sami to tie for the tete from Senegal and say no the album and say womu camp no yes problem ana achese already our Senegal camp na performance bonuses na esi atua adama Senegal players yenya ntua ye boys yedra on say before World Cup no criteria Senegal for womu so womu nko ama chese ensemble bre ebai na performance bonuses yes still unpaid ama players womu atia eso womu sika kama esi atua adema womu chese accommodation dia below standards otiase na accommodation asemo womu kan womu se womu adia no dia ama ha drink kakra nso ne say womu chese sa ohia aduane a na ohia bibia esa water from outside na fe woman de bro into Sadio Mane mbia o pe chips bi ni ade a obe order na ye de abra ade chef woni team no anam a chef no mbia medi wei ye hia wei chef ana enu aduane chef ne say o man fa chef anko enti the Senegal players woman na yo mbi bia amacha se ne players woman jam amomu coacher ye fe no puppet siao and reporter ebani se manager ye adwuma be da contract womu chese ni salaries ebia kam ama chese Senegal for the bra ade esi wo US Montezo players yeso o madwam o campa enya semetwa no aye report free ene Senegal womu e camp ade ba yade ene sankomo yihei ade ba Africa for mo de mo ko work up ade bia say ya ye benya African country ba ko anye Cameroon ebe Ghana anye Ghana Nigeria say Africa for de ye wudi anyamo nani komo kakra
kakra mami Algeria na Algeria for no omuni Argentina ana ball mu first game no na okay ese Leo Messi ekotia Algeria player ba kom yama sa game no na nka omujidi se sa match no 30th minute na senka red card ekom edema Leo Messi afei ana Argentina foi Algeria foi atrom edema FIFA ese omunsa de no biom omo video clip no foforo na dina Messi ya no pa de red card entene ese mpanifo sare video no ebiem ano ayen koma fuel enso ade bade awonsam ni hina no ade eba Nazareth Scotland wo mu hia a narrow win against Brazil on some last game no group stages no woman ne Brazil and a ball and San Mbia woman qualification no say woman lose to Morocco 1-0 na said the New City no woman be run of 32 this Mbia woman draw against Brazil na omunya 1 point account Mbia 4 points at the Emma woman na manager at the Emma Scotland Steve Clark was say obemo biate say woman lose to Morocco there nemom are proud of the players no more them woman boy and Morocco ya there nemom obeka say Scotland enra woman boys no enso ya adwuma yentie Steve kakra or the tudra
next 48 hours just a poor goal because we tried to step up when you've got to track runners early in the game. They're full of energy, invention, and yeah, we didn't defend it well, and that's why we went 1-0 down. Proud of the players, but obviously we're all devastated and disappointed that we didn't get the result that we wanted, so that we can carry on in this tournament as long as we can. First of all, you have to let the players suffer a little bit over the next 48 hours because that's what they'll do. They don't like losing against anybody. So we'll rest, recover and ready to go again. The games don't get much easier. Just a poor goal because we tried to step up.
Manager the ma in the Scotland woman national team no ya doing some no as the Eba Brazil and ra woman such a Haiti foi a bomb 3-0 e ma sa game ni nyina no e ya de sanom enso etime ba so ne no e Matthias Cunha one over 2 goals and no 23rd minute and after 36 minutes no one at what na after 45 plus 3 Vinny Junior and so the bako e ka homa na 3 against Haiti ya de e won komo nyina adem na ma na no fe na some match no man of the match no echo at the Emma Vinny Junior he say wajene back to back come first game wache second game wasaje at the atuaso under Carlo and the Ancelotti and no Vinny and the didn't come at to the Vinny Enra I will post match press conference and no eba so na no to just any goa Enra was saying what dedicated the man wife ni girlfriend your friend of Virginia what they go yi and so Emma and the girlfriend ni na fe on also celebrating and no jene arrange friend is Vinny Shows Junior Adam to Janra ya don some boy no ball manager your friend Don Carlo or Bona Basuni and say manager no role our demand no a very deep role or catch and say I on set deep between and the center backs no I dey say no attire wayan so a buana pa anti manager no enkoma one in the idea and also a buana was it the biano so deep between the center backs say be ya over frustrating wo no dear manager ne kan wye into no so boapa Emma otimi na the best out of him to finish Junior and a day san komo to draw ball and Carlo Ancelotti and some nabasua ya dem the san komo nyina no at the Eba Enra 40th minute ana Rafinha a prior game num na ISA news at the Mabasa and for Brazil and national team no na owie na otimi say opie no mame Rafinha bra wo mu awie game ne anim say a serious injury na mom yan said who say Olympe seriously bia hu ano ayan komo a efu ade banti yama video na obehwese na ene onante without any visible limp Oti asem ya o togusom anase bebisa enti ewe se ne nuama ansom no betimi akoye de ama Rafinha wona eba no ya hwe ne adem de san komo nyina no awonsam adem ana no pe ewe ntuma de so na Brazil woman release statement woman dia bomb say yes and enra onya discomfort ewo in the right tie no crepa our first half no na omu hwesem the player no ebe start in the treatment so the beya no ansom no betimi atono diamante anso ne sɛ nyame adoma the next 24 hours no ana omu ɛbɛrɛ sɛ boy ensom obetimi womba assess the injury said abaya womu ɛbɛhu the stand of the injury sɛmbia obetimi abɔ the next game and so ontimi mo nyina no womu kyerɛ sɛ the next 24 hours ana yɛbɛhu ɛsɛm ɛde Rafinha ebetimi abɔ ana sɛmbia ontimi bɔ ɛno ɛyɛ nkɔma ɛba Vinicius Junior ɛwɔ Rafinha injury no no so ɛnhyɛda nyam adeɛ bia ɛyɛ complicated sɛde bia ehu ana sɛ bibi sa mo twɛn sɛde bɛya ɔno nso ho bɛtɔ no na domu ka nso ngane sɛ player no wo pro afi wo framu pa pra Rafinha ye pa na adiki tuwa bi na sɛ de pra nso ngabɛnto mo we sɛ the best sɛde bɛya no ebetimi atɔ no na afi quick one no nso ngatimi abɛboa ɛno ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛna Vini adem atudwa don nkɔmɔ no eba Gabriel Martinelli ana performance against Haiti net say and so goals ne deɛ na ɛsɛ nkomu sɛ mo omunya chances and ɛsɛ more na to be fair deɛ na ɛsɛ nka goals ɛdɔɔso yɛbɛtie Gabriel Martinelli nkomu a wɔnom attitude after sendra Brazil wɔn chi Haiti ɛbɔ mo 3 ne nyina no was 3 ne so na ɛsɛ goals no ɛyɛ more.
The first win, but you guys go top of the group now, and it was a really, really good performance from the entire team. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean we are really happy with the performance. We did super well during the game, and we could have scored more goals, to be fair. But as I said, we did pretty well, and we're happy with the win. Now we're gonna think about Scotland, so going to Miami and then win the game there as well.
And I wanted to ask you. I mean, obviously you're just coming off now, but we saw an early substitution for Rafinha. Do we know how he's doing? I know it's always tough to lose a player so early on in a match.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we don't know. We need to scan him and see what happened. But fingers crossed, it's nothing, and he's going to be ready for the next one. But we have so many good players in the squad, and for sure, if he's not available for the next one, someone's going to be there ready to play the game.
Always being Brazil with 5 stars, you guys produce players like no other country. With that though, do you feel that there is a lot of pressure always when you're representing the Seleção?
Yeah, I mean, when we put that yellow shirt on, it's we know the pressure that we carry on. It's a privilege, to be fair, because we can put that shirt on. It's an amazing feeling. We represent our country, our people, our family, and we are so proud to play for Brazil. And we know the pressure that we have and the players that we have as well. So we just try to go on the pitch and give our best for the national team.
Absolutely. Lastly, I just want to ask you about Neymar.
Martinelli de atujaya don komwe and so de banra mafias kunya wo both 2 goals here as the Emma Brazil na mommy I was stadium na mami wo na it was a beautiful scene I was stadium na mami nyaje chese wo hu de wo ye no mami na nyaje because mami sunu mo ne ba ana chese ne o make Brazilian national team proud and mafias kunya ne mami was tears of joy and mami and so and after sending very and so a go na sani jefa and so an abade amabusuan I was telling you jubilation no any the moment you know was very joyful at the Emma mommy abra that's an panel perform or babia na sa mami bia him say and as a dear mami bia expect say ba and so ebe deliver at the what stage at the amano na Matheus Cunha emodima oh boy mame ene Ricardo Exixen dos Santos late kaka na kaka at the etudwa transana tournament wo mu erem wo se Matheus Cunha what the goals ever brought Brazil sabona all ball aye nim no ana say onko ball our World Cup with the players wonu mu kwisia abobo ne their goals ebeba because said the money more and so ngasi kona no ose yentie ampani ampa ne nuane ampa was start here or deliver.
He's obviously been in the Premier League now, he's playing at my old club. What do you like about Cunha? Because he's obviously been in the Premier League now, he's playing at my old club, Man United. And what do you like about Cunha? Because he's obviously been in the Premier League now, he's playing at my old club, Man United, and the fans love him.
I think these guys can lead the team. Vini, Rafinha, Matheus is playing really good too. I think he will be really important. Now, how he understood the game, so he's working really hard tactically, the dirty work, to help the defenders, and can use his creativity, Brazilian style, to improve and to do something really different during the game. But I think that the way that he understood, he needs to work hard for the team. I think that's it.
What do you like about Cunha? Because he's obviously been in the Premier League now, he's playing at my old club, Man United, and the fans love him.
I think these guys can lead the team. Vini, Rafinha.
Come on, Ricardo Exerson dos Santos, Leti Kaka, and some Eddie Atuja de Eunkume, Eddie Eba Ancelotti, Eddie Atuja se Nema, Ebe available because Nema, Yamfa Nemanko, ye drop your padron, no money at the store, Nema, Yehu Nemo, na Ancelotti, Ubeza, Nema way, report and Eban said Nema Junior, Ebe available for the next game. I won't be against Scotland, and no, I coaching in Coma, one Eddie, Nessie, I heard Nema, our the next game, my bra, and the Brazil from some other Fedja, our game Numa, you know, some Ladeba Paraguay, Womu Echi Turkey, a Bomu Kabakua, Woman Timente, Aumachi, and my game on some Nekos, Mika say, Sagamuna Basso, Matthias, and the Galaza, Wano Anenya FIFA, man of the match award, and across from our gamer, and no Basso Matthias Galaza, and our channel, our game Numa, don't come on, a dear Miguel Ameron, Enra, when ya red card, our game on the FIFA, a day, Mrabi Abasoye player, na yebo gamer, Wontumi Katawano, any Oyonku player, any Komo Yekem, Samrano, Yekem, Ebini Wobiem, na Kwai. Yebo game ya kosu ya no dena ninsa katana no kasache opponent player Emma player no a reporting na and a red card edino entimika say Ameron abe the first player under the new rule and also FIFA adi adwuma ne say o kasam oyonku wa men cover one no edino amenra when a red card was a game and enso letime koso ayede nkomo enso adi eba e adwuma die no so and aye die fo no ma de benra US team no woman so ebo moden womu any Australia womu bomu ekamienu a womu antimiante eno ayese de nuama ensom nasiko branch Borges abo on goal and sa ana Freeman at the second goal so ama and a goal na 2 atem ama US affair ya to nsama tebentimi kase womanya qualify eremu our run of 32 and no US national team no na enra man of the match no come with them Balogun wano ana say man of the match award wajeno back to back at ama US and national team no and no Florent Balogun and you didn't come on and somebody to Danenra referee enya injury e game num on say ya bobo players and a tanya injury tina form and referee enya injury one on some tina form ni nyina ne say we mo say we pussy say maxulu we pulling muscle entenra na as a referee and the players and the assassinity the first imager and no by Balogun and na air stretch and the player num and afens we so the Australian player and the stretch referee Felix Waza one when cramps at a ne when I was a compia so be betima koye and some day I'm a referee maza referee at form at a ne yes sunny are there to train in name and some day a money I don't come in at the Benra team US say US funny do almost so many yamin and amo open in a team of Bompire Park, Curacao for near one. Womo dear, Womo Cradi Emza, Womunya and Comba Bomber, Womu Curacao for oh, Womu Jinamidi Pa, US and so, Woman, you almost in God we trust, and no, Anna, Omujide, Uyo Musika, Womo Dalaya, in God we trust, Anna Daso, na Omu Jinamidi Pa, into the Biombe Biano, Woman in Yame, Anna Nam, and General, Womu said two, every year, Womujinawa, Womata Konka, Awomadi Asada, and some Emma Chediam Pong. Nyankopon or boss or boss as it totorobonsu womu adana say our pitch no so and no dear for my deba Haiti e say oma frimu Turkey and some frimu awomuko na unim say Turkey for free oma frimu no Vincenzo Montella a coach at the Mataki enra womu we game no man what to da say the players no run a man feel ashamed say me mona mamo fere mun pega muti mon nante say mema mako o kodia mako said ye ne kwabi born mo see yeko entikode makubin fana amfa entiwana manfili asem semia enuama nkoye eni adini nyina no monso ma ya mo best no ayenkoma ene Vincenzo Montella adem natudwa ya don sam ade eba adagula the star man our take team no Alda Gula na akodano enuama nkoye emse na yenim sanka Real player no betimi atam team yi ade asina betim amadwumadie no enuama timi akoye na nyina mo no anu omuza se yate say as a more problem our dressing room take for no yase more problem because nyama enkoye nyina yase as a more problem our dressing room na say ana esite no so on ya watibia
and then some trophy more reported more na more can and a problem honey I do say we bet me I come say I come with biate as a problem be anywhere na our dressing room or free and we free more goals and we mentimi anse no mum ono as a star man our leading team media Rebecca and some Nalisa Chopper and what the Emma and the Tariki Mino and no Bia and no Ngayon Koma and no everyone my deba doing something and some not the Eba confirmed report today every Netherlands from camp express Ronald Koeman area tuja one game Netherlands from Sweden Ebono reporter Ebanisa Frankie Dion and so a Darfur on to me and more game piano a news I know and some for the camp of the Netherlands from Australia but the orange almost as the Bayate and 170 and some Deba and former Manchester United player Rafael da Silva and one Banum after say Matthias Cunha Bogo no akodai ejina sofa mu ana oye Cunha celebration akoda ketegete and one so celebrate abra and Matthias Cunha about and former Manchester United player akoda ketwa ne ba Rafael da Silva banono and I was trying to celebrate adun komo nyina no and so Deba Morocco and Ismail Sabari wano anenra oye se ne man so ngasi kwa oye adwuma ni nyina na oye se ne masi kwa after say omo boni din so no anaje man of the match award nese SM ya celebrating no enti Ismail Sabari ana womu celebrating wa group amano so ya do some Deba Ronaldo is a Portugal camp then I so Ronaldo qualify for unity our camp ni nyina ni say said supporters e be target your nervous no womu emano abusive messages ni Instagram and after X no so no Ronaldo say moma to pro and so Ronaldo no achasa wase bibia nkwada di na omu hia unity division amwa team no enkoye eno ayo die friend ma Deba no training session Nuno Mendes and Ronaldo picking no because enra na odini birthday in China ni birthday no Ronaldo so choosing as a partner our training grounds omo and so training no yeah ultimate choose will be as your partner I want no ebe training ti no and so efa no abra no mo training ya do some Deba arawusam and say anra Diego Jota awanya ne baby ko ni Instagram post latest chese ohwe enra asie na OSA emanfo kanse bi wase a arawusam papa pamze who post mi raho obi asabi wa free mu ne handle asem ana Ronaldo fans omo kotrase Diego Jota pass the ball to Ronaldo unya ball na pass it Emma Ronaldo Yonkofobia yomu se ne omu ni Ronaldo encha ane omu bo Ronaldo abro ba wo de wa free mo rest in peace Diego Jota Nemon pass the ball to Ronaldo arawusem obi a wa free mu atase nabusuafo enso epe wo baby adwi wo mo no hwe denkofo eye atase wo hwe se do mu trotwase na adwi eye pa we say rest in peace budi and what they broken and they love you and so twase and we so trase pass to Ronaldo edienie was pass the ball to Ronaldo na se trano mo trotro e wase ni nyina no eye nkomo a and so ekosa ya arawusem ye pa and ye de awonsam so Deba nemom ni nyina chi no Ronaldo so qualify for unity our campus supporters ajupro enom ye for no Deba Germany women national team no enra womu ko under strict security checks our airport abana omu arrive our trono na enie maza say World Cup no anya gokran ye dio say u be rom ewo ene border no so na airport wo na check in no edu abra yamfa won say star player anasa na wo ye ho anwan be BS do from biado be from tenra and I was trying to say checks no and so na so big reception and a German for no enya ye ewo throne hall abra team no ko do ye na say and na some 20 dom aba be twahia ene players see and arrive aye dem na won komo eba way aye Germany and ye do won komo no and so Deba na omu group no omu la Cote d'Ivoire and eba BMO field ewo throne hall ona game ne baso na sa game we ebayiro Ivory Coast omu ane the mineshaft of a German and about the German machine and omu de boni na Julian Nagelsmann ade atuda was say Ivory Coast for no la Cote d'Ivoire for no was say
wɔn a great team also mu qualifies a wɔn boy a wɔn mu modemo na ɛwɔn kan pa ana friendly games a wɔn boy before this World Cup no na no so anu ɔse enti Ivory Coast team no wɔn nyɛ ordinary team wɔn nim ball ne ball enti wɔn no wɔn ekosia no ɛnya agorɔ ana ne wɔn kodie owie yɛ ɛno sadi tuta wɔsɛ game way ɛyɛ mastering ɛsɛ wɔn fa win nyame adoma game a ɛno nso mu ɛba so goal no yɛ baako pɛ to win the game reasons bia ni wɔ ɛno ɛkyɛ sɛ wɔn ntumi nkɔ game way nkɔ win and boost the chance of ne wɔn qualification ɛno ɛyɛ Julian Nagels wɔn nkɔm a wɔde ato do owie no confirm sɛ Leroy Sané ɛbɛbɔ ɛne saa game way ɔbɛgani ne starting point anaasɛ ne spot ɛwɔ starting 11 no ɔbɛnyam against La Côte d'Ivoire ɛmanfo criticize ne mom player no atraining wall problem bia any camp I just a boy no and some never room onim the reason why so what drop Leroy Sané I was a gamer na no betimi abaso diete and some no noya ebetimi aginam Jonathan Tar ebebo Schlotterbeck ebeginam Joshua Kemet Babo Brown ebegamo and afi Macha ebebo Pavlovic ebegamo Abrancha Leroy Sané American sami ono bebo yama musela nom and afi Florent Vet and afi Kai Havertz womu boys a womu betimi abo ate ama in the Mannschaft of Germany edun koma bana Jonathan Tar on say ne papa every Ivory Coast na otimi bo ema Germany etimi bo ema Ivory Coast ema niye na facing the father's country ana obusa say against La Côte d'Ivoire and also only keep forward for it pa I just say ne what trying ache emrada do into no and so every this game way a very special game and so de amano eno ayen koma Jonathan Tar de atudra san koma nyina no dem eba World Cup final again eba Argentina and also Portugal womumi enu de besia na enkomo bi akoso between papa friend say Rio Ferdinand on say Rio Ferdinand diams and enkomo de wa wonim say real meat Thierry Henry one is Thierry Henry Daniels and say and we say Messi versus Mbappe why ana be bet on to grand finale and Thierry Henry due to that say way and your battle and about money issue is about France going to the finals. Hey, kaka Thierry Henry atuda.
For World Cup final, who is your money on this time?
It's not even money. I'm French. You know, sometimes you don't stop and appreciate what you're looking at. But in the last 7 World Cups, we played 4 finals.
Wow.
Sometimes along the way, and you know that, Rio, along the way of being successful and performing and competing, we forget to stop and go like, you know what, it ain't that bad, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You forget, it's always more because those guys are still active, so it's more. And everyone is thinking, I know already, what about if Ronaldo wins his first one? You know, it was the same thing. Leo Messi might win his first one, and he did. So I will always go with France. It's just a normal thing.
Messi and Mbappe, FIFA World Cup final. Who is your money on this time?
It's not even money. I'm French.
I am comedy. I will summer by no a dear fuel and so a dear Banama Kawoke, a defender, what ball no to extender, level be our to obi. Now, why Annie Rebecca said the toughest, I was the best ever striker. I won in this year, and also one comfort to one and half ball. Nemum Dioma football, scary football, a game no demand. A player back pay Leo Messi no ojibo no oba o chense dia wiabo enso enam kwamua wo ba hu brutal o chense dia ne chese trata enso atifria eba yentie ka walker on Messi was Messi hu brutal.
What he does with a football, it's scary, it shouldn't really happen.
The big names at this World Cup, Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, Harry Kane, all getting a couple of goals apiece in their opening games. And of course, Lionel Messi scoring a hat-trick.
I've had the pleasure of playing with, against probably all of them.
Come on, who's your opinion on who was the best of them?
Messi by far. Messi by far. What he does with a football is, it's scary, it shouldn't really happen. I think people seem to write him off all the time, or he's getting a little bit too old. This is probably going to be his last World Cup, but to do what he's done, and if they return the World Cup, what a dream that'll be for him to go out with. I hope he don't, because I hope England win, but for what that man has done in football, it's truly remarkable.
the Atujade Sankomwe, the na Milan team no reporter meeting is Yunus Musa ever returning to Milan. Na reporter ban is any long spell no Atlanta no and no etina baneri entiase Amorim ebewe na wa access no said ebeya obewe se obetimi use no anase ontimi use ni ti yes reporter ban say obesa back to Milan ye twen say oba be do na fe Amorim no enso ene na din komani awese de nuama ebesi akọ Ipswich Town reporter and it's agreement and they say Gary O'Neill and he say we reach agreement with them our so one and so bet me be fair Jumade ama Ipswich and no a reporter on RC Strasbourg and we didn't Juma reporter and say personal terms agreed or bana faber say no baba be Juma no amomania Gary O'Neill and he didn't come and so Mathias Fernandez reporter and it's Manchester United and come on so ekoswa yes there some weeks ni woma did in common and so madreche no manju woman West Ham United in common amomo trust say the anonso eba and it's a tonam fonso some omo and the agent and so edin common and no common efimu adeba do some no of the eba Vlahovic say so be stay jurufi report ban is a possibility of staying no is a reporter ban is omo treasure in the next few hours club no RSM umobema offer another 1 year renewal no up to 8 million euros plus bonuses and umuyese adem ebema no enkomo if you ade banti Vlahovic enkomo Jurfi and ya don sem no enso ade eba and arupe adamana Mr Easy enso World Cup no enye je kwanu Morocco game no na Mr Easy so monitor mo senya semeto after some Morocco and some the button removes easy edeba I'm just moves no annual day and also shipa and I also our stadium no koma if you my deba latest in no ya dem ba said ne and your man from the city nyame adoma 5 p.m. and Netherlands so mu and Sweden match no and also the betimi abaso ntia resa game we and no baso our Houston stadium and no baso dendendia and asameto akrantia no eltwamu na ebono watwe 8 p.m. and Germany woman Ivory Coast game no and also abeba so 8 p.m. ya be sa match no and so betimi abaso said already ya di kan edem atutwa ede ama na no pe ewe njubedie so na onrem ewa homache a ya 12 a.m. Ecuador woman any Curacao game no and so 12 a.m. and sa match no abeba so ya wi Tunisia woman so any Japan game near 4 a.m. and woman and so betimi abonti homache matches ye rem chinanum and ya dem ansana Spain and Saudi Arabia china 4 p.m. abaso Uruguay woman your favorite Cavet and some 10 and also abaso na fe Belgium and Iran 7 china na no so abaso nti unkoma kakra eno no emse ya kom kakra ezie disi na abeda fonso ba ye ntwa ye homre na team no emra na afi yemfa analysis and twaso emfama ye Wontumi 101.3 Wontumi TV.
Fancy. Sure.
Chairman, fancy your stubborn.
Oh, sponsor there. No other fancy.
Chairman.
Fancy. Chairman, you're strong.
Oh, yeah, dancing so. You're dancing. You're betting in a time when share because now what's your night chikakra?
Abada be ameshamo. Adwuma koso. Some share a year sports I work Ghana there. I can confidently confirm. Say Wontumi sports no and then I number 1 just say I star BRB and I bo.
That's right.
Na tapuku baby o bi on samra so otomwa
baby bishop e wo bia
bishop wo bia on samra
adwuma sisi
on samra adwuma
na so on two car okay to shama me say bishop atika awo
atomwa ba na we need ekizizwa kasa
oh nice
Mene kizu akasa. Just Juma no Wontumi sports. Begu so
TFM Pristia. Colombia Senano Pinso, Pristia Montinso, and Asengwe to Accra, Womu, monitor in Jumedi War. Mizaya, na champion Boko there.
Yamiadum Capo now swear.
Oh, Odum.
Bibia Boko. So you are enjoying the World Cup.
Oh, yes.
Games
in the course of Kama.
Games in the course of Kama. It's a bass and I was couldn't be an answer. No, so down was to TV. A crowd, but the go rat to heavy. No, I said, oh, yes.
By once in a.
But yes, once also the World Cup comes 4 years, and the ma a so fast one was to be brave. Sure. If it was always going to be 2 years, I think Zenkebi and Kamal for have a different feeling towards it. Yeah. But when it comes 4 years, it is a main opportunity for you to experience certain games under the tutelage of high level quality in terms of refereeing pitches, the kind of players or mobisi are kind of the commitment level and the emotional attachment of playing in a competition like that. Capo ana eto de bia 4 years in the so no also to me when in atimi na ka bia watimi anya bia aka and I imagine say omo a dozen for common muska say $50,000 omo fanhwe 104 matches no mutibi hwe
no.
Or the doesn't say, wow, Oma Francophobia no do matna the New York Times Square.
Yeah, say Omo
104 matches. Me busa me ho say games be one moment me ahwebi. You go games be one moment the game they say be enye fe. Enye fe lo busa say it mupa mutimi trase hwe 104 matches so you ahwe 90 minutes. Hey.
Monitor.
Sika di nipa be do actually.
Sky Moja.
But Capo, games baso. The second round of the World Cup is proving itself to be the game changer. Now, first thing first, the second round games are more open and a little bit relaxing. FIFA mra this time around in the World Cup. The first idea modernity two teams mienu terminal enye goals to be.
Yeah, it's almost a head to head.
Yeah. First, nanke ebo World Cup na ewie na two teams talk so no bia with the same points ah.
You have goals.
Yeah, the goals na titi omumienu ntem. Yeah. Na mmom FIFA sisi a World Cup na ye ebo no. Si edrum no bi na teams mienu aboso a ye mfa goals na titi omumienu ntem. Na mmom omumienu ni hia ye no results na ye dey. Say. It is omumienu, for example, Brazil asheni game. Morocco asheni game. Obia 4-4. Ye group stage no bia 7-7 ah. Ye fa goals and a better momentum in the first place so TNA in the first place ade ebedi kan hwene so omumienu no head to head na ye say ye ba ko hwe say 1-1 beboa that means oti omuntemu a enye ye with that head to head then the second place no omaba be hwe goals a Brazil share any goals a Morocco ye dey e share no mo de ati omuntemu. It's the second round of the competition in the movie.
And it says the head-to-head will count after.
Example.
Morocco,
Brazil group. Yeah. No. How is it here? Yeah. See, baby, na Morocco akoshe Haiti. Na Brazil so akoshe Scotland. Yeah. Omu nyina be ko 7 points.
One a topi.
It first idea FIFA be hwene say omu mienu ni hia ye no eye sensen. Omu bodro na meboa. 1-1 tie woni ate omu ntamu a enye it ye beba next one ye day goals nya ba be hwe said na etie wo.
Okay.
It ama second round of the World Cup games, you know. Teams be relax. Teams be so ehun pre omo se wo so omo hye more goals. Yeah. Because the do maybe na head to head no draw abemu a din so betimi ni aso masintem. Ti also more pre. Now the first one started from the United States of America playing Australia. Me Australia for team no more about this World Cup. There's something significant about almost style of play and your mom ye. Ade mo dem so nkoni say they believe in the physical levels of omo players in Ikutomo no. Okay. Eti o check omo backline omo di si akan. O check players omo di omo bona. Obia ye be 6 feet. Eti against Turkey. Omo bo mo mo say omo timi defend so well against the crosses of Turkey for the ball omo bono. Then hit them on counter break. but Turkey so anya smart in the essence say omo be pre abobo na dia form na ho abobo na dia two spaces in terms of running against their pace. But USA ya dey be World Cup ni mu a emomo dem soronko. Medical culture say they believe in different sports they are better apart from football, which they call it soccer. Because unless you athletics are more athletes bebre. Gymnastics omo obi ho meboa. 100 meters omo obi ho meboa. 200 meters omo obi ho. 400 meters omo obi ho. 800 meters omo obi ho. Baby omo chi omo pa wo eba miriketu na 1500 no. Ufri won ma be ko javelin. Omo nkofo wo ho. Baby a opeso hu America bia no. Omo nkofo wo. And then omukuta the greatest Olympian of all time. They be America say Michael Phelps. Over golfer Tiger Woods. So look at the trend they've taken in terms of sports. Tom Brady abene there with the NFL.
Yeah.
And then LeBron James. Meboa.
Yeah.
Basketball ni body ya. So you look at the trend of performances and in your form in terms of world sports, you can't take America out apart from soccer.
All expert.
Inti America for the trans no unima de krem omo MLS. And the 1994 World Cup you host in America.
Okay.
After that no mo say there be soccer na nyekwa say didi agro. And mo de bet MLS. And the MLS na timi agro timi attract players bi to sell na Messi. David Beckham akoyi investor ho. Meboa.
Yeah.
Attract Zlatan Ibrahimovic mu nyina de o makobi. Luis Suarez akobi. Meboa. Yeah. Antoine Griezmann ebeko.
Top players
all over the world.
Big coaches.
Omo timi attract akobo the FIFA Club World Cup am na enye USA team obo MLS a obobi in Inter Miami.
Yeah.
LA Galaxy so na machiri some time ago obekaya.
Yeah.
First na ko bi ekọ USA a pre-season. But then they are growing into the game. And Shamu national team no how they've embraced diversity and the performances they bring against Australia. You see, Pochettino team now was with US no Capo almost a bad thing. The entire almost a bad thing say almost first 30 minutes in every game almost Niagro. So the level of intensity, the level of chances creation, and the momentum. The first 30 minutes of every single of their World Cup games signifies one thing. Say only play according to the fans. No, they almost sit it here.
Okay.
So if you want to beat them, you need to go accord. And also, to frustrate you on the first 45 minutes. And yes, Bob to attend him. The entire this uncommon say, and then the 11th minute, Baloguna Fabo was stretching around the corner. Wabo cross own goal.
Yeah.
Now over has our goal almost 11th minute by 43rd minute no man your music can go. Then USA ni Paraguay. O check ready by the 7th minute. Now Paraguay first was own goal. So in two games, the first 10 to 15 minutes on the pressure. Which says one you careful. Omuna sha over show against Australia own goal, against Paraguay own goal. Then by the time I hear first half, no lead by 4 goals to nil. 3 goals to nil. Almost say 1, 2, on by say Balogun, 3 on by say Balogun. No, first half, no money. Second half, on by concede 1 and 8 on by say 4. So if you look at the statistics of USA games in the first half and the second halves, now in the first half, no, almost 72%, averaging an expected goal of 0.80. Now, almost 7 shots, 4 on target, 4 big chances created. This was the game against Paraguay.
Okay.
It's a real first half, no more compared to the second half. Second half, almost created 0 big chances. Capo here. Then almost shot on target 2, almost shot Mako 9. So the efficiency and the effectiveness of the system and the press of USA are more significant in the first half than the second half. Now you go here Australia there no. Against Australia, You are looking at almost first half statistics: 0.93 expected goals, 70% ball possession, 9 shots, 2 shots on target, 2 big chances created. 2 big chances created. Now in the second half, 0 big chances created, 0 shot on target. Total shot attempt for USA in the second half, year 1, as compared to first half, 9.
Wow.
So their game model has been built on how intense and clinical they are in the first half. But during the World Cup, maybe group stages you will enjoy this feat. But Capo, in the knockout rounds, teams will frustrate you, defend in the first 45 minutes, and the second half you find trouble. But the most impressive performances have come for player Fene Balogun. The consistency, the commitment, and a lot of why the team no etasumo. But I think one player is going under the radar within their team, which is Abrante Fene Malik Tillman. Splendid performances in the middle of the park for United States of America.
Yeah.
Calm nature, press resistant, technical ability, and IQ no osro. On Rashi Bebri Nkomirika Bebri to say the Western McKenny Bukomirikano.
Yeah.
He calms the tempo of the game down. And I think for Mauricio Pochettino, he can be proud of the kind of team he has built. Team where a team Omutimisi formation anytime. Now against Paraguay, it was a more 4-2-3-1 formation. Against Australia, a more 3-5-2 kind of formation. And Omoko boy, good performance from USA. And I think baby Omudu Omuhojina Sisene, they've qualified. Oma qualify in the group. The frustrating results are in their group and the results of Turkey. Turkey, Ocheke Adiomuye from 2002 World Cup de Bana. Capo, the other results of Musetimia Kenyina are frustrating when it comes to the World Cup. In the Euros, they come in, but they falter to deceive. They get 1 or 2 results and they move back. But then they coming into this World Cup. Now, man, for the one now, what did you say? Turkey 14 ne kuto muni team or more potential Sibia. Ombetimia turning the fate of their team around.
Omo resource here omanya omudi free mudi ase.
Any players ekuta omune resource no omanya ne de.
Fakra.
Capo, untimi ma World Cup we say. Now you are looking at a Turkey team wa. Sake daponim. Badati ejina chiro. Fedi Kadioglu ejina chiro. Mary Demiral ejina chiro. Mudo ejina chiro. Hakan Chanoglu ni Yusek. Adagula, Kenan Yildiz, Aktakoglu, Agun. This is a team one. So Udi Bibia to Nchenya Capo. Within their club size and the performances they've done for their clubs, no, at least Turkey by now in the World Cup should be having at least 3 points. But Turkey was 0. But I think say Omudu Kroni na to sound kodam yelu we ko ho omobre.
Krono so chewo.
Eso chewo mu. Omu send off na efe. Na mmom yemu say ho ne nka no krenkyere ho say. Say we take team yo omudu besi akan ya players omudu omobai no oyi din ni to nchen a. Any club say bi omobo e bi Galatasaray, obo Kasimpasa, obo we a, omo ankasa form let say. The goalkeeper of their side, Edama Galatasaray. Goalkeeper Odama Galatasaray and Turkey number 1. Now in the Turkish league, performance net to say. Individually, you are non quantity the next in chair at say. Kadioglu esi a kind of Brighton and Hove Albion in the English Premier League. Meboa. Capo, consistently, Kadioglu has been proving himself in the Premier League for Brighton and Hove Albion. Only a disappointment in this tournament. Meaning, say, Uremo take you on my goalkeeper no more than Ebano. He is barely a goalkeeper that can compete at the top level and keep you in games. Almost second goalkeeper when Hakan by and there. By and then on no Manchester United, the couple or that do say. Man United by and there, the first 2 games of last season. A cool year, Nassani Lamens, and a baby by and there in a Kwakutunche. So for the Turkish team, it is a team. Capo, Omukuta a ding in terms of some of these players who play in the Turkish league. But Omombe complementary resource players, Omabekamu, Ama the second one, Omotimidenya resource, no Capo, Omoneba, no disappointment in the war. So Kenan Yildiz, I believe, is one of the biggest potentials in Europe. When the ball with Juventus, Yamane the iconic number 10 jersey. Juventus, but they disappointing. Adagula or Bobo na enko. I think for Vincenzo Montella, we're wasting this particular crop of Turkey national team. They will need to rebuild another one. Our mobile building around Adagula and Kenan Yildiz.
team no say bad team cry.
But Capo, the ages of these players, a lot of them might be moving out of the team. Shadie, keep another goal post in me 30 years.
Okay.
Meaning the next Wokan Kazeno, Sakeno, or no 30 years, meaning the next 4 years, World Cup ni be difficult so beba. We are only free honoma, or be Mary Demiral. Demiral Bobo Nyene, or both Juventus Aquatana and I said that sobo. Name age one part, will be to me abokakra, or 28 years.
Wow.
On any bomber Al Ali Esi for baby Ivan Tony ne Mariez Mono.
Yeah.
Then Oba be share the on the ball partnership which Badakchi. Now Badakchi so esi akai e de Galatasaray. Ono so another center back de one says Okaina Abdul Karim Badakchi. Galatasaray team no sometimes he captain, sometimes he's the vice captain of that team 31 years.
Yeah.
Ono so that means the next few years no ono so ntimi more taking no emani nye. Then no about share Muda. Mohamed Muda no so bo and I met Muda no 27 years. Ono see a kind of mafen abachi. Ono so no here the next few years obetimi abo. So a mu be 2 players and 3 players obetimi abo.
Okay.
Kadioglu. No about be Bakachi. Then no about share met Muda. Omo ene betimi abo de amomo. In future akancha onoglu age ne de na ekọ. If you catch no. But the issue is Turkey, in terms of how their league is faring now, they are even failing to produce top quality players within their mix. And I think they will have to rely on Adagula and Yodes in the next few years. And at this stage, you know, we team and the money you say Omuni strikers is say Turkey ni striker. Wouldn't they make us a taking striker? Capo in terms of results in your numbers. Now against Australia, Turkey in terms of the number of shots on boy, no more 9 shots, 4 on target. First game, 4 on target against Australia.
Okay.
There be on board 30 shots.
30 shots.
30 shots.
And on target, yes.
On target, 8.
Okay.
Big chances are never giving me a 2 the more. 30 shots against Australia. On target 8 by Antoinette. Now no more against Paraguay. Paraguay, you show the number of shots on my boy 32 shots. So in 2 games, Turkey about 62 shots. In 10 years, in 2 games, Turkey about 62 shots. Should I make nation all World Cup no 2 games about 62 shots in 2 games. On target 8 with 5, 13 shot on target. 5 big chances created against Paraguay.
The potent striker be anywhere with me.
Debbie.
Yeah, Bogu.
Debbie. So I think Vincenzo Montella will look back and he will be very angry at the numbers. And will be some whole question say, are they the striker now? And it is worrying. These are
questions that.
Oh yes, yes. You'll be very, very, very frustrated.
Yeah.
And as him says, aren't they? You need center forward, Anna. How do you create 5 big chances? 5 big chances.
You've been tornated there.
What at least Kabako Crown Tornet in your game 1-1.
Of course. Why productive kaka.
Then in the last game, then it's only USA do or die because US has already qualified.
Well, we know 4 points quite to me.
Yeah.
Intika manages our game win our compare draw or you are 4 points.
I think technically, Obekan so move free.
Got 3 points so be to qualify.
But realistically,
best
the probability so be qualify no.
I was sure.
From
okay, from
with 3 points no.
And guys all share more goals.
Yes.
Yes.
Say no -3.
Yeah. So you need to go score by 5 no when you're +2.
When you're +2 be.
Na yeah
ranking na.
Yeah. Would you go
set team nya baby ase.
No wait ma go share 5.
Say USA share no so say we go share USA 5 no so near 7.
US for any bribery you can score a 5. Yeah, ready.
I think Vincenzo Montella will look back and he will ask a lot of questions that say they have been the most disappointing team at this World Cup.
Yeah.
The most disappointing team at this World Cup in the group stage. I think for the group A, USA will qualify. Oma qualify Korea. omo twen so topic group no no ma hebe bi omo de omo ni befa. I think we should between the last Paraguay no ahwe Australia no ahwe Turkey. I think Australia will find a way to qualify.
Okay.
I think Australia will find a way to qualify because you see a World Cup now here born is here. They say Australia will 0 goals beboa. They say Paraguay will minus because Paraguay conceded 4 at the tier US beboa. And no a share 1. What did they mention? I said that was a 4-1 game. Yeah. And was a share 1. It was share 2. I conceded 4. Meaning so or minus 2. Yeah. Australia also share Turkey 2. And no be lose to US 2. That means no minus 0. So Australia will need to get a draw against Paraguay to put them in the pole position to qualify as the second best team in that group A. Now for the corner team.
Good.
Omo bodra omo nyina benya 4 points. Na mum said ye no kan ye first one be head to head. It to head no draw ne be pie.
Yeah.
A pie be be goals. Me boa.
Yeah.
Ye be goals near strike differences now. Paraguay be -2. Australia be was say 0. Yeah. Meaning Australia will have to finish the second. No?
Yeah.
So Paraguay Australia, that means Australia will be 3 points. Dependent on the results between Turkey and the US, we see who will qualify. But as it stands technically, I don't see how Turkey will qualify. But Paraguay, you see, the new law, when someone for being complaining, say, me catch us a walk up a yashem rabi. Emraba ko woman say, yes, sister walk as will be one and Katawa no any nipa cronin casa, agent park and so.
Christiani law.
The Christiani law. Nene FIFA they call walk up him. Na players and casa no more phone. And your phone send a bonnet so. I'm wrong, cat me just I'm wrong din at him. I'm wrong, then it's a katana, no one because walk up in the baby dream also be a TV print who you
need to be. You should be aware of the loss.
But who blame you so because the 4-1-0.
What I see, Obeso short.
Then quickly, you catch a referee say, yeah. When the classroom pass, he didn't do his own work. To me, 101.2. What is here?
Hey, handsome. Because me when I'm now then of course you the referee correct and
I think it will be frustrating for Miguel Almiron.
It's harsh. I think that
no. I think Omo used to prevent players from being disrespectful towards Omankasa co-mate. Also Christian I didn't see it created a whole brouhaha.
Yeah, I'm saying it'll be away.
So FIFA they said the bear sanity kakra.
But why is it that it shouldn't be caution and be a yellow?
No, Emrano Machine say any red because Katawa no you can lie so one can say we ba na kan. He say Christiani name Vinicius he name the obi aka no kre. Say Vinicius say can say and I'm say Vinicius can say.
Yeah.
And I also can say.
To be out on dream.
And besides Capo so we bema mu a dey na wo ka bibia kire wo ko mate a wo suro.
The players no edge.
Oh, that let's say we bema. Capo is also a bema. We bema na person ka bibitia o nipa. Just go straight to the point and go corner someone who catch and say bema.
Okay, into the dinner terms no one found san Katawa no. O ko catch a referee, be referee.
That be na say na sumu o kwa catch the good as you say.
Ana make say what could dinner.
What dinner term?
San Katawa.
And so dinner term no so be do bi na mu nyina so catch. That is even better.
That one they mean say be red.
That be obama yellow.
Okay.
But when you Katawa no nko dia. FIFA who ni say waka asem bia and now person waka asem bia enye bringing the game to dispute football for bofo. Dispute and bringing the game to dispute. It's all like Katawa no kakra. It took Katape na say
what the attempt.
I think I feel sad for Almiron. Almiron is not going to play the World Cup again. There is no way Paraguay will move beyond because 3 games, a straight red card. So you miss your last group game unless team they qualify to the quarterfinals of the World Cup, which to me, I don't think the Paraguay team will know what they are. Omudibe the quarterfinals. Omudibe the. It is some rumba one bag nano. O bibia o kwa shopping o kofi or ba kwa chiche busuafo because baby adu no over. So for the group A, Capo SC.
Okay.
Now another game of course here the group C in terms of the way Oma manage almost self in getting results.
Yeah. More money
okay, so referee incident in here. It is a one team ball so look at Almiron.
Yeah.
obet iti amere omo ha na refi ni wuri
yeah
onsa bere on den sakata na no ana kokonsa odrivika
refi
kokonsa odrivika emre on den sakata na no wa ko di kokonsa de sisi
that's what I mean is how
unu akra sankata na no anche o but so far so unu ade de sakata na no nko ade
damra we die
adwuma di no ya yee
FIFA enhwe no mo revisit
adwuma di no adwuma di no unu sakata wa no ye de
amro
say he didn't do his own work wakata na ha na hu ni clear also yeah na player na say enya
fidie na yi no wow asemo van so abo nze we nye van ke hu
debi enye van ka hu
on one disappointing
on one is quite unfortunate. I think you go to the dressing room when you will be very angry with himself. Say the little seconds
it's not it's one necessary red card.
The little seconds na na manya abuche
aka go try cry na ma red card and prevent him from scoring.
We be ma dinner time bi na ma yellow card.
This shouldn't be incident as all the card. But
Capo, now to Group C. You remember the games in the so. Now to Group C, there's Morocco. On Scotland. I think say every single club in this world, any coach Ibia would love to have John McGann in his team. He runs so hard. And when I'm hearing Dean, I'm saying, no, this is a fantastic player by all standard. John McGann, onye aesthetically splendid when it comes to the technical ability. Say Ojina boss now what to trade by pure effectiveness and efficiency. Now to go into the game with the three back means one thing, say no musuru Morocco for no. Because the first game against Haiti, me check Scotland line up no man for three back ne ko e. Ne mumu we no mumu omani say omu komiem no more defend it.
Okay.
If they should get a draw, 4 points. 4 points qualifies you to the round of 32. Knowing the strength of Morocco and frustrating them. But I think the brilliance of the partnership between Brahim Diaz and Sabari prove it to be efficient for Morocco in the World Cup. They'll find BB to get results. Team you develop through stage where and who change said the onimbo ne boa e wo ma na obesha o 3 ko.
Sure.
A do stage be say even on their bad days, Capo, on be find a way to win the game. But Morocco nankasa per pressure the man. Me I believe say the first 15 to 20 minutes now so we game no.
Mo kill game no within that.
Now so mo kill game no kra. Because last Scotland for ne fambo kakra.
Yeah.
After first half near 1-0 no mo kuba na Scotland for the Phillies no, yeah, we have a chance in this game. It is from the 65th minute e kono. Scotland introducing Doc Modi Omobaye Omoko back to the 4 back no. Also Omoko dina 4 back after say Kerentieni. April film no. Then Robertson back to the natural position. Omo as a wing back be no as a natural left back. Now Omo expand the pitch no. After no more sending the long balls to the likes of Scott McTominay anymore just to go for the second balls. But I think Issa Diop defended with his life. Chadi defended with his life. Me no na me dream you who going into this World Cup and I think na me worried the Morocco kakra. So Morocco were going into this World Cup without Naif Agued. Any Roman Saiz. These are two players who have enough experience at this level. Roman Saiz and Timmy more the AFCON bit. Not say by this time maybe Obedu no fit. Not in the experience I come Morocco. Now it's in absence no Issa Diop abeshe. Okay, Issa Diop key. But the absence of a player like Naif Agued raising a lot of questions about Tomo setup because the backline will literally be playing for the first time. Especially with the 2 center backs. But Yassine Bonu, Akraf Hakimi, Mazraoui, they've been very, very good for Morocco in terms of attack, in terms of defending. And we say Manchester United they play Skakoto left full back, but her boy Mazraoui boy on the World Cup, we using as left full back now. I think he has been excellent for Morocco in this World Cup. Now for Morocco and the history, and maybe North Africans for I think they come into this World Cup as one of the favorites. Not in terms of winning it, but in terms of making at least the semi-final of the competition. You can't go on 39 games run. Abra will be anti-Michel. Because technically, unless you see a Kwaji Senegal born the Mawomo, say be a Senegal, shall not show money aside the Afcon, the Ama Senegal. Obian show in 39
matches. unbeaten. You must have a record joining African most World Cup wins.
Yes, and look at how they create their chances. So many Sabari go now. Yeah. Let's do a critical analysis on the movement. You see, Onyo 9. And I think there's a reason why Bayern Munich acted so fast in making sure someone sabiti me akano. Onye number 9. The movement, the intelligence. There was a certain boy and a crown keeper no yi mane ball bar. It was heaven or more heavy blockade mane ko ball post no. You look at baby free buy any movement or the press abon in the tune. So many go on the kind of Maya. You'd understand the intelligence of a player. This is Sabari. And I think this World Cup back-to-back games was goals was man of the match. But he's telling himself to be a crucial player around the front line. Obetimia have an impact for any team Obetimini na kwakoshi and I say any team obakoshi akandi abawo. Morocco came into this World Cup without say Ebi Omo rely on El Nesri Meboa. Omo rely on him. El Kabi Omo rely on him. Sabari anabeji position now he is not your typical number 9. Sure. But I think he's made so much you go on the Amaya because make sure the way he's or sync easily with Brahim Diaz in terms of the movement because he knows says when Yabotre no occupy okay now this is it. Shebebi or no nijina. Yeah. Shebebi original. Brilliant. Now the movement, he occupies it between Kerentieni and their main centre back. It takes an intelligent attacker to move within a zone. Yeah. Now he feels, pass will have to go to a different person. Now he knows the two centre backs in the left centre back and the main CCB. Now look at this. How Brahim Diaz was able to spot it and believes that no. He gets into the space. The first thing he does, wapijanity, first post.
Straight. Go on,
we are two centre backs. Now we mistake Kakrabia. That is the same thing on the year. Brazil, yeah. And the understanding between the two of them is growing in the competition. Unmadi Kaime. Asamoah and Kodia Samoa.
Okay.
2010 AFCON. Okay. Esa ko World Cup nim. 2010 AFCON pa Asamoah and Kodia Samoa. Kodia Samoa pejantia.
Two pass na no dey say janso.
When you have two players sinking in that, and that was a brilliant goal.
No mutu was a chemistry no.
That was a brilliant goal.
Ismail Sabari need in fact tournament we were Ginny.
He has really come to the party. Man, when you are the height, but you go kin.
And you're more full.
Aye.
But
I think Morocco will try to top the group into almost at almost strongest 11.
Oh yeah, they will play with
because of the pathway, you know.
Yeah.
Omube believe say you top here. You be they know how they can go about.
They will play with
but I think Sabari has proven himself as a top player, and I think Asamoah's record is in the pipeline of being troubled, Kakra.
Yeah, cry
because the African with the most goals at the World Cup. Capo, what did they mention as no? Asamoah has put himself in that mix.
Of course.
The rate at which Sabari Bono, if it's against Haiti, Oshe 2 or 4. Or round of 32 ball. So more qualifier or round of 16 ball.
Qualifier.
And Brazil, I could share Haiti by 3 goals to 0. I have a huge problem with the Brazilian national team, Capo. I think Brazil and looking convincing at the World Cup. Oh yes. And now their strategy one way or the other might look good in certain phases of the game. Because maybe no more game need my Haiti say Haiti ball. Which to me maybe I found it say a good just to bait them. No more counter attack need so much no more question. Would be a Ghana in 2006 World Cup.
Okay.
Also Ronaldo Mujai born me boy. So we kaya.
Yeah.
0 bet to money. Omunkofo no Mujai give me a boy. It's a really any abreso and Brazil abo possession chair Brazil. Oh, and Brazil abo possession chair Brazil. On game channel. But the real say no much say. No much 3. So in certain games like that you could beat that. But I think overall Casemiro, Paqueta, Bruno Guimaraes. Omo me feel three no against any top side BM no in the next round they will suffer. Against Scotland, crown on bebre. Funny easy. I don't understand why Carlo Ancelotti still wants to prove say Bruno Guimaraes, Casemiro, Paqueta partnership no will work in the long term for Brazil. Sluggish, slow, and creative.
And Hendrick, who will you say?
Hendrick, also in the absence of Rafinha, and I think the next game will prove how Carlo Ancelotti will set up the team. If say Rafinha injury is extremely serious, our team anyhow was setting it up. No, he normally wants his center forwards to be running into channels. A boy also be dropping into the deep. For Matheus Cunha, I think it sounds on a good note for him. Say what me Ababeshima, what him Abesadi, no. But I think in the absence of a player like Rafinha, Ryan Ebe born home would a crab shame. But going forward, I think Matheus Cunha should be playing more as a 10.
Okay.
Hendrick more as a 9. Paqueta, I was about Kutimi co bench on be Bruno Guimaraes.
I see a drop one.
I will say a drop one. But Carlo Ancelotti, a coach or a loyalist. He goes according to or a loyalist. Or a loyalist. Players are what your magic be no Mudi. And one thing I said, Carlo Ancelotti set up and I say, I didn't think Brazil air build from the back. The man who is supposed to initiate those attacks is Gabriel Magalhaes. Because some build it with the 3-1-6.
Yeah.
Some build it with the 3-1-6 now. Nipe also only shame 15 years as the CCB. No, most of the time, Gabriel Magalhaes. Gabriel Magalhaes is good in terms of defending channels. Capo. He's extremely good when defending channels. But he's not an exceptional player when it comes to say, who you should as the main CCB passing from the back. It's a more preferable on if you're number. Now you should Gabriel Magalhaes. So only CCB passing from the back. Capo. Now number 2, Casemiro necessarily the first phase build as on the bed drop people. I don't think Brazil is ready to pass. Almost share team your pressing hard dream your Madrid. Just like Morocco did to them in that first 45 minutes. And this is a Brazil team. Capo, this will be a tournament in the whole favor bina. A bobo mo de komani. Na born a power more born a pani agent so I can say. This is a team that is ready to win the World Cup. It is worried. Brazil lacks their identity. What makes them different, Capo? But in Group C, pole position, Scotland will have to get a draw. I think that group beat my teams need to be also third or beat qualify.
Okay.
Because if Brazil should draw against Scotland, Scotland will 4, Brazil will 5. Morocco will definitely beat Haiti or will 7.
Was that group 1 ever top?
I think for that group, Morocco will top it. Morocco will top it group. No. I don't see how Brazil will get more, even if they should win against Scotland. Me know how Brazil will be more goals. And the Etias Scotland, I won't concede. Yes. Morocco beat match Haiti by 3.
For good defense, no Morocco.
Everyone never Morocco by 4 plus 4.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you mention? Yeah. Brazil I share Scotland now be a 2-1. 1 goal difference and now 2 goal difference. As
I'm only there. Haiti now Morocco Kushiano no be ahwi no be ma.
And then how Morocco they
at the topic group.
At the topic group no.
Yeah.
Because Scotland funny they will drain something out. This midfield the pan as Scotland they the energy of John McGinn more. And I loved what the referee did in the Moroccan Scotland game. McGinn me flow here. The physical nature of it. If Brazil are going to do Scott McTominay will be pressure more brutal and John McGinn more. The physical level no will be there.
Okay.
I didn't Scotland here in the second half of the 45 minutes. If it's against Brazil will concede.
Okay.
And I hate for no crown or money threat no or multi create chances back be. And I think for Brazil, I also much hate in the second group game. Kasembe Tomo. Now to today's games.
Yes, the game the Kakrebi na Emrefi.
Capo, Yamia Duma, there will be Netherlands versus Sweden, an all-European game. Now in their group, Sweden were 3 points, Japan 1 point, Netherlands 1 point. Japan bebo Tunisia homachi ye beba sa game ni so nemum for Netherlands omatimi akọ since 2006 and lose a game in regulation time in the World Cup. It is only Netherlands ibo game or World Cup ni mo say 90 minutes pa ye bebo awie no ahye Netherlands no ede.
Okay.
The last time Omulusu game in 90 minutes. I'm not talking about extra time. Regulation time. 90 minutes. See abo game no. The last time Omulusu game 2006. Now they have a brilliant squad going into this particular competition. Capo. So we bought a three back of Mickey van der Ven, Virgil van Dijk, Paul van Hecke. It is good enough to compete against area smooth teams in Yina. Or wing backs here Denzel Dumfries. Or midfield here Frankie de Jong, Ryan Gravenberch. Capo, they have the men to do things. But I think who face will be to say Alexander Isak, Ayari, Victor Gyökeres. You'll be in for a game or a test against your backline that will be stretched. Now for Sweden, a 5-star performance against Tunisia. Baby, how they were running in behind the defensive lines of Tunisia shows or signifies one thing, that Virgil van Dijk and in the defense will need to be on the front foot. And yes, sir, with the high line, the only person that will stop Netherlands from achieving better at this World Cup is Ronald Koeman. Now the substitutions already tear Japan in the second half of the game proved to say or some game from the bench as one said and they raise a lot of questions about the whole performances and the game management of the Netherlands team under Ronald Koeman. And they're questionable. Sweden in the last few games and the form they've had, Capo, in terms of results, any form of Metimienya. Now the player to watch Nami Adome Ebesai Ayari. I think the kid that was born in Sweden, Africa, Hasia, Okusia, Akan was Sweden, and making a name for himself, born to Moroccan and Tunisian parents, And one player, I was on Mushini, but let's say Ishak from ne picking a now. In this particular World Cup, Netherlands will be hoping, say, almost because in recent games, most of the time, almost in their first game, the results of Mutiminya in terms of their head-to-head, Capo. Netherlands against Sweden in the last few games. Netherlands 2, Sweden 0. Sweden 1, Netherlands 1. Sweden 3, Netherlands 2. Netherlands 4, Sweden 1. Netherlands 3, Sweden 1. The last 5 games, Netherlands etimiashe Sweden makumako miensa. Sweden ashe bakwa endi in the draw. Putting these teams together, these two teams should be a goal spear or games in bar. It was the results now. Bobo so na 2-0, 1-1, 3-2, 4-1, 3-1. Meaning some games a goal first. Looking at Ishak, Ayari, Gyökeres. Netherlands with how they play. It's a game where both teams to score. And Yemen at the end of the day. But I think Netherlands will move to 4 points at the end of the day. Sweden will have to rely on their game against Japan to get results. It is our group. Our group F. I'm sure Netherlands will find a way to top the group and qualify. But for a game, I'm sure that Netherlands will be renewed. But there be a 1 goal margin. They will try, but Sweden are going to score. Sweden, Ebeshe. I don't think so. Isak, Gyökeres, I bet me a to say give me a baby. Now Wontumi she go back to Capo. They will be there. Now away from that game quickly. No bad time, bro. The big game is going to be Germany versus Ivory Coast.
Yeah, big game, Canada.
Ivory Coast will be looking forward to qualify out of the group stage for the first time. Now, who is our golden generation? I had 2 years or Munya Adona in 2010, 2014. The big one acquired 2014 or maybe the AFCON in 2015. Now, we one team a man for GDA or Mumupa. Wouldn't be a Capo. Abra Nyoma essay the ma omo in the African Cup of Nations. Omo team be omo more than the results team be the win edge trophy ni this omo na so the ma omo. Medical catch say when it comes to individual players, player for player at this World Cup. Open say many African teams so bet matching most of these European teams in terms of individual qualities are Ivory Coast can be. But it is interesting to see the kind of lineup or they come there. Because to me, Agbadu any single partnership no na no adano. Oh, we say equal by 1-0. I was impressed with single. Nemo Agbadu no struggle kakra na ho kire no. Now you are coming up against a Kai Havertz. I call him the master of movement. Kai Havertz is slow but sure. Or moving into spaces, occupy spaces. Be a one when you bet me real CCA. He scores in big games. It is a Kai Havertz should go ne enyame wawa. On your consistent attack, Abekan say or should go match be a be an Kai Havertz. I said three. A movement. Emunye dina will probably be sorry for the moment now. You don't know where he will come from. Unu be a Kai Havertz be free aba.
Yeah, wa be shisi.
And in the German national team, they will be counting on him. And the game will be decided on these three things. One, the start. The first 15 minutes to 20 minutes. Ivory Coast cannot afford to have the start of Munyeti Ayikodo in the first 20 minutes. Germany will bury them. Capo, Germany be bury omo. Manuel Neuer. Schlotterbeck. Meaning say and no trouble Antonio Rudiger due to the physical nature of the game. Meaning so be try. Yeah. So we both Rudiger because against Curacao the physical levels in the form. Joshua Kimmich, Leroy Sanimo, Ogro the first 20 minutes we lose focus you be done. Number 2, Capo, the midfield battle. And I'm sure more best in the middle of the park for both teams. The other time it looked like Sekou Fofana and Frank Kessie. The first 45 minutes was a disaster. Capo, the first 45 minutes was a disaster. But Pavlovich in Nemcha, I do my yene. So more for this Sekou Fofana and Yannick Frank Kessie. No more for the Inao. And as I'm sure said, Kranamu do my because Ivory Coast midfield no when they have a field day you referee Sangare kura. Physically number 2 that is where the battle will be. Number 3 Capo Obia bench. I think the greatest strength of Ivory Coast coming into this World Cup on bench. They have good players that can come off the bench and get them results. Let's not forget some bench or more born no in Tamilano. Sangare and Stati game no be free bench aba. Yeah. Na no ma dia lo bench no free buy. Yeah. And Zami say your bench Indica. Any Osman Diamonde, omu nyina bench. Yeah.
I will cry Indinka be start.
What you say? Yeah. So you look at the bench of the Ivorians and you believe that this is a team that can change the game from the bench.
Sure.
I want to maybe some more questions about Germany there no. Say who start Kai Havertz, Jamal Musiala, Florian Wirtz, Pavlovich, Enemcha, Kimmich, Schlotterbeck, Nathaniel Brown, why in a free bench aba. Abesisa game ne diamao.
Then rich bench ne
both team to score.
Ivory Coast for no.
I think Ivory Coast will not lose this game today.
Team be a best be a draw.
Nagelsmann be try na dey no. But my frustrated akwa your man kitty. I don't know why I have so much faith in this Ivory unless Emirates Far decides to do the job. Because over quality, you match player for player, or the couple. Yeah. You match player for player within their team.
Ivory Coast will be. Even Grana Nagelsmann or post match, no pre-match, sorry. No, Ivory Coast will show mu qualifiers.
No, player for player. And then Nathaniel Brown will do my Yan Diamond. And then so Unim said Yan Diamond the best at our left and our right. Assembly no. So let's start to our left and let's start to our right. But I think the fair results that will be in this game say Paya and Yamawa. But both teams to score in this game, and I think these are two nations that will go toe to toe at this World Cup. Ivory Coast ankasa the last time omo lose game. O check it the na me check results. But the last time they lost a game was in January, where they lost by 3-2 in the African Cup of Nations against Egypt. Wow. That means almost 2. Ivory Coast ball goalless game for some time being. The last time Ivory Coast failed to score was in 2025, the game against Saudi Arabia. That was even an international friendly. Omo born on 14th November. That was the last time Ivory Coast ball game. One shit goal.
And the last time we lose was AFCON.
Was the AFCON against Egypt. Yes. There be and only Egypt. They na say I'm go ball 3-2 ya. Egypt we game the first half. For money ball more so na game na we by 3-2. So I think that is the game I anybody. Equal the Besho Kurusao. And I think Japan heavy Renard. Me also acquire Kasatin team. I want to see how they will react to that game. But I think it is a game Tunisia will struggle. Japan me won't metiko no modi kofi.
That's it. But Brem say why no quick one Eddie amame both games ebe so ne dey aboy twem no e the World Cup no zi egusu cause I know ship be ne dey bi anso come up DJ Gabi I mean DJ Gabi formerly of Nana No FM DJ Gabi also monitor with the Rasipa say oh she na no p about time bana ya be she look on Black Stars come so through you go so young konya o na den for the first time I was a Jordan Bojama as we lead the Jama or Sri company people are appreciating him for that. But I said this to about time say we have a call here. That video I make Jordan Bojama or Sri man for the first time as we move to Jam any team no only the Jama
only team elder
today
elder. The of the team and I was a penny there. I Nicola said, Yatotonase. But in some neighbor, Yabako Blasters come near Dim Komakra. Division 2, Biwa Kumase, ya tongue, and Tiwa, you're interested.
Is the best say
we are interested. No, ba,
no one also. But
the number 2 now, about
Division 2.
Division 2.
Is it commission mana?
Nyamna commission mo. Story number.
Okay, there we are. What the number but to the as
a say. Just see mechanics as here. Obi interested obi friend me number.
But gentlemen we are third party ana.
There be me agent.
Gentlemen be say we be
agent no.
So una
we are sub agent.
Two be so broker down.
There be 2% auto team no. Una division 2 team.
Now
me the side request we. Ma the good people of Nkranza.
So meto.
It's a club we no.
Tometonko. Division 1 dey anke toy.
Memfo no. Me use memfo dey say money abre.
Division 1 dey anke.
Me use say memfo no money abre mu petimu e wo.
Division 1 no.
Yeah.
By 2 ni dey obi ho dada.
To say 2 ni dey eno na kofa asem nyina ba ye no.
Na bo me the league ya na.
Kofa asem ya na kofa asem ya ba yi.
Yenti we.
Eti sa no asem na koti san.
No me still na.
On penifo frel.
There me to obi anka. Tie behwe.
Enche obetu obi nka.
Atia.
Panyi bi si akana asem wa no de nam.
Sa.
Bono si de si ya ne kai.
Sunya fo na. Mure nya obetre.
Se de be kan no, se de be
ye.
Sani ya kan wa. Sani ya kan wa.
E o ma frɛ o.
Oh.
Well, what do you think?
Power specialist about hospital. Yamame doctor, because you have hepatitis BCA and I tell to be cannibal catch Obesaya dear, not be Bianson Etimako Kama and Wachi, a bunny sabia malaria and I tell and I dear about Malamis Ababuao, then also etimet to malaria and as a cough care about Miss Aboa, a Bemanako and Wachi, dear about tonic Wontumi dia, who be the dear Bias Etwa Kama and I'm a Bias Etwa Diamond. You know, need a pharmaceutical shop, dear Okwam. Onsa esom ebetia kabinemom the channels and hospital and cry yo kwabenya ACP Power Hospital bus stop anyo Kumasi Feya some chekwana so edaya janse takrade Energy Estate Bank Tamara Bank Limited 0244544422 na rempenifon so etimaka sa St Jude yes oh Nurse Ezra TV no complaining say adia na ase wakwa akote adia ni bi etimisira wada say ojo so sam na enya ɛyɛ proslav ɛna ɛbɔ St Jude mesrɛkɔ na bibia nso ɛtumi nya kama ɛmfama wo ɔdwonso sam no ɛnyɛ wodwonso a ne bia kam obi wɔ nso ɔdwonso a na emu akyɛ mienu a mesɛ prostaff ɛna bɛboa true man capsule sɛ boam na sɛ week erection ɛno nso ɛtumi to aseɛ Congo ointment no mesɛ wa da pɛbie san so bi wɔn mo dwareɛ no ɔti ne hɔ obi nso wɔn mo akɔkɔ paa ɛna ɛno nso ɛtumi atɛtɛ na mesɛ wadoro nie wɔnom bia ɛno nso ɛbɛtumi akɔ ɛnso ɛtumi ɛde ama mesɛ ka ne sɛ no so ma mesɛ baabi ɛtɔn duro bia wɔkɔ natural company limited nupan ebi ɛnso ɛtumi hɔ 0249017101 na ne mpanimfoɔ akasa me dimafo ɛba center doctor at the time about so na mpacha we emre ononko a ene doctor panyina o Ghana ana afawiase nyina otimi ode bre ene esaw yade ama bias etimi kwaka oduru ho no ma ode bre ba tu stroke no so aka twese na atwemienu ebekọ usisi ene ye oya beko hani ankwe ene ha be ma no ba sabe be ma no be ma wo be ma wu ni nya no kwa ode time beto so akere sa na ju time say be ma no be peja ama bias eto kwa parampa ene so betima peja fibroid oba saw yade anopa ani chem ewa bua kwa go school junction 0244774289 handsome etimi akasa ruta natural product no and to just ruta mesa da malaria nko de betu asojama ruta live handsome ebwa umoja na security nya be security ruta tonic ebwa na typhoid fever tuna say and so etimi dama bi eton do bia akwajo de 0242662220 handsome etimi akasa players na mutiamiam munya ACL na mpoma prepra wa brana samo so bobo no nya no de church so kase ni mko na bu nko ade a ayeba hospital ana babuaw na bibia so eto kama enei ebia ene se wa poso no so no wa bati wa batwe wa bakon ukotodwe ana de chane se ano so eto hawa wo de kodan ba hospital no so eto abuaw ama bia so eto kama nu achi se bia aye cancer ana to nurse nei ubon ni ma obetene te ana so atumi adama face stroke ana how gonorrhea and all kinds of disease in Yano. We two asem and so to me at Jama Misro at a football commercial to Shogogo behind Agogo Hospital and Cross Printers Road 18 Johnson 0244988004 at a Faba and some at Medin Coma Mekacho. So you run our nest Black Stars come near Dinko Kakra. I swear to the Black Stars of Ghana and Shadak. Emma Black Stars team no recovery on. Na players did nkomo omo ya recovery na no omo did omo nkomo ama bia so etimi kwa kama wey enso eti recovery session and enso etimi ba so wa brother say Ghana against Panama when we say ene Antoine Semenyo a branch and D enso ade Brandon Thomas Asante mo omo nyina na recovery service no na say recovery no and enso etimi kwa kama enso eti de mama say bia so etimi koye and enso eti de monti de omo ya ni na no a recovery session na mama behind the scene before a Panama game before Panama game behind the scene no and no ana I address doctors no say blog na use US no US de anya papa US de anya papa Ghana de anya papa wo de yentie sade esi course enso etimi ho
I will prepare a magic drink now, okay?
You need to know those who play 25 way they beat.
This is ice from Ghana. Okay. He came directly from Ghana because Ghana ice is much better than the American ice.
Ghana ice na ya kama echa US dia no enti ano omudi fria na koyo akonta omudi fria na koyo che se bians echa kama I don't send pianos eti da me ati Black Stars team ni dia wo mo enjoy enso etimo camp ama bians so etimi akokama I don't send pi eno enso etimi dia me ati fo a mo tie dwumade kase afianti si na yen hwe said the nemas Asia konso etu Black Stars camp nampo yen hwe said the nemas Asia ko na momma me opanyina ne din ade na sanai Ket Edwin Simon Okraku na yeni nkomo kakra na opani we abo baby jet asamwaja abaso na unim se enwa na omo lanchi baby jet book no asie enempo opani no ebo asamwaja abaso cheche semu se asamwaja eyobia in fact or inspiration adema the good people of Ghana yentie sema Ket Edwin Simon Okraku ekafa asamwaja legacy no yentie se wodi tuja
I'll be as few as possible. I think we are here to celebrate a special son of the land. We are here because of the baby jet, Asamoah, and I'm also here because of how special he has been to Ghana. Asamoah is an icon. Asamoah served Ghana with all his heart. Asamoah broke all the barriers. He sacrificed everything that he had and ensured that the name Ghana went into millions of homes and hearts, not only in Ghana, but across the borders of Ghana. That is the reason why we are here, to celebrate him. I have a special...
To me, and that's an Abasoboa. What Penina ni D and so take cat and we Simon Kraku and some Etimedema, a branch of Fana Samoa Jaya. You told some Emma Tiafana, and I said, hey, Capo, say, Nasa cat or Kraku Adia, enter, na England elbow, Chamai, na England game, no, son and Yakonos. Ghana ni bia o Ghana bia ni mse Ghana ni England a local derby when a derby kese acha se etese Ghana ne Nigeria esa to say kotoko any has
okay
ono say or you positive or outcome and also better because who ni say some match no ehu de but enye hu yentie sama ket edituja.
Yes. It's not a game that I know too much about. I see my brothers. When I remember Ghana, I see Ghana. That's why Nigeria. I'm a house of aggressive coach, but counting on media derby. Let's try everything. Everyone's a little. Amazing. But give it composure. Trust among this lady. To move in to see where guys go. I'm very
I'm say adiane ejam yenu sa anya dadena after Sunday cat about England game no na ana Jerome Opoku na no bia hu say Jerome ginachie na pim e fa wiem ganyan e fa fom ganyan e chen ganyan ba bia ganyan na sa branch ejam e wo so no enso eti de Ghana na ye bisano about England game no so ono de o kam e de acho bibia say o my ready my ready pa no mo yanu mu say o mba wini match bia.
The staff, everyone's happy with the result. I think the 3 points is the most important thing, and now we feel a good vibe in the changing rooms and positive energy, you know, which is what we needed to go into Panama, Croatia. We all have the same focus to each game, and we want to get 3 points, of course. So yeah, we're going to see how the training goes this week and prepare our best to take all 3 points for England game. Obviously, we know they got good players, they got great qualities, but I think as a group we know our qualities too. So just is another game for us, and we need to just give our full fight like we did Panama. You know, die for each other on the pitch, and you know, hopefully we get the 3 points. I think it was a perfect, as I said, perfect.
Jerome Opoku, no, and what baby jet Asamoah Bakono no. One sweat me Kasaka Kra, and some etime adefa. Nasa Ghana England game no one Bakono no, and some etche Mr. Ghana England dear. Oh, wait there. A gamer about the par. You tell some baby jet Asamoah Jan, I Kasa adefa England game no and say. Yeah, say about ready now. Yes, you to my yentie said the baby jet ekai.
Not yet, no, but definitely I want to pick up for me even up there. You know, I might actually the friendly game against England. I hope it's a really tough game because that is more Ghanaians are expecting. They are very optimistic when it comes to Ghana. So let's see what happens. On paper. On paper they are ahead of Ghana, but hey, in the tournament, Tennessee that happens. So it depends on the team how we approach the game. We know Ghana is also behind us. So
come on, one answer the two. Now you need new year crowd in your business. atmosphere our camp at the same and also camp be a good pa togetherness na and vibes and sweat you wonderful na ocheche mu say ni de basa so Black Stars no sebia odwen sebia we won ha we wa ha da bi entisa wo mu nyina akambom and person Black Stars team no and so etimi tumpo baby jet Asamoah Gyan and so ekasai atmosphere our Black Stars camp.
You come to the World Cup. So I developed that. They take their mind up. Tired of them. They focus on the service in camp. Just to boost their morale. There are sometimes somebody can be down when you the morale. The person don't be tell who is going to face. Because the morale. So I was there and then I felt like, okay, what I invented in my past, let me just exactly for this guy. And see what and then they recorded very, very well. So you could see the Jamaican and everything. Before I felt like they couldn't do it because of the type of song that I'm gonna do, but I got it recorded and everything was perfect.
Baby jet Asamoah Gyan and the san komonya so team dia ba don sempi and so team dia ba san semina no yes yeti da ma brother Thomas Santa dia ne de emse Capo di kai enwa adwuma dada and so eti na tie fancy na afi abedafo so team to Arsenal bia so team ne kama nemom St Jude akoto from pon eso monitor show no ti good morning good morning Jude
okay Jude no
oni oya style bi
okay Jude
enyema na wo ye no doso
sene wa ne nam ti se mu
enyema ne nam onyema damfo
sa
onyema damfo
bazo techi onu so petachi my ba o
na
o mu krom wo de
onu se techi man na onu etutina onu tu akwatu
uzazo wa bedi bibi onu
bedi anko no bedi aye
okay
say good morning
my child Jude na chatim na let's okay man crusader
now what in the
oh sure
what did I say you ama amadia kra medina jotomo crusader
yes didi ba ku de chada kam no enche
amadia kra medi
na dia aka sorry kona bra na
I think say World Cup you so focus ni nyina gina performances on the pitch in so but I think Ghana has really maximized of the pitch opportunities around the World Cup, especially more diaspora no any more impact. Now we also be ton so bolo ne kusuya ne meko $20.
So bolo treno there because you are treno you say
can you so bolo ni na bo $20.
Okay.
Kusian so bolo.
Inti na me calculation me omo ye nyana me ye calculation say.
Ba o Capo utu kwara ta ko yes calculation da
o di kusia $3 $5 there.
Kusia $5.
Almost 110 Ghana cedis.
Oh, when I say utu kwan.
And na so bolo have account $20.
So utu kwan. Now ta calculate convertia
unto
biada
but kusia $5
$223.80 Ghana cedis.
It work up ko akasela ska work up but Asamoah Gyan ade na wo ye won chen no and I think Asamoah Gyan metie ne story ne na no na the way I share the story say he was depressed at a point in time mo hwen yo mo be in social media kasa obe kasa ye then fast forward Asamoah Gyan the book our Troy wako US or maximizing the market the opportunity people love him. This is what football should be all about. A major tournament, it should be all about the kind of respect he has earned or dressing room are closer to the team. And I think Asamoah Gyan impact on the team near glaring for all of us to see.
Yeah.
Should the way our boys in dream Kakushi Asamoah Gyan before the Panama game, no be kaya. Or okuta free to ba omo money free to omo shimura or dressing room on the boys or chia or din komo. This is the kind of vibes you want from your old players around the team. For quite some time now, there was a huge gap between the old players and the Black Stars. We've done some mistakes before. I don't want us to repeat it again.
Yeah.
Baby Asha say na Enfantwaso.
Baby Asha say na
Enfantwaso. You see, when you see people like that gaining respect, Capo, Emma unya a taste bi na akono bi say no I was me yere me ho na me bu team ni bi na me bu wi a. These are some of the things I make me I enjoy when chain.
Yeah.
These are some of the things that make me enjoy when chain. And I think we've maximized the beer around the World Cup. Sankofa Deba from the Sankofa Deba. Omo no mo hebo no kra Sankofa no kra no mo also crash omo no more stadium.
Yeah.
Now Asamoah and the boys in the dressing room. He speaks, he will listen. He has been there before. He has been there before. This is the dressing room we will always wish for. Capo, the last few years, if you've gotten closer to the Black Stars and no dressing room, they said, "Yeah, Karebeho, toxic."
Yeah.
You want a dressing room that is free and devoid of all hatred, jealousy, going into the World Cup. And I've really enjoyed it. But as a modern Nyomana all year, no. I send a great signal about former players and how they should live their lives.
Okay.
And I think it is important to be visible in every aspect of BBI for national team adwuma. Because for now, I think Asamoah has become more closer to even the diaspora Ghanaians, because he's already closer to the Ghanaian supporters. Omomuti Kruma say na Gasano, Cabo. Omomuti and Asamoah is closer to them. And I think he has sold himself much more to the diasporans. And the book will open a lot of things about who he is and how he became. Obiadi Asamoah Unkoma, the only name no, na Asamoah wa commit penalty against Uruguay.
Yeah.
Perceptions, assumptions.
Yeah.
No be able say na Steven Apia cry you know yente Steven Apia anka. And away that all of these things are things that goes on. But I think Sami and Nimaduma Monabaso. They've really maximized the opportunity to sell Asamoah once again. You refing go for Bibru. So bizarre.
Yeah, baby.
You refing go for Bibru. Okay, Jomenza. So we're kind of there, but you can't all kind of in different foods.
Sure. Or the pitch and so.
Hansa Bisa Pokai.
Pitch and so.
Habib Pokai.
We were born a day.
Now football
Asamoah is making impacts.
Football has moved beyond the oil on the pitch kicking. Once an association so being team in Kakaka.
Yeah.
Nancy Yamu Kakaka. Especially when the team went to Wales.
Yeah.
Also being team in Kakaka. We need most of our golden generation closer to the team to inspire these boys. Getting to the latter stages, I be here. Say boys will be here a level of encouragement to push further for us to get results. I think the focus in about how we prepare for England and the game and the task ahead. Now, Thomas Partey Bruha Nina or Canada Nina Akusi. Capo. And Akusi. It's about how we will come together and prepare so well for the English national team and see how the results will turn out. Now, for us, maybe we might be happy with certain beautiful stories that are attached to certain players that have come into the team. Maybe I'm kind of say everybody doubted Obiti say Sheila Ilyasuni Habib Mohammed until they played for the Black Stars. No be enemy say Ekruma say na no musi aka omo komuntimi mo. But at the end of the day, these people overturn a lot of things and give us hope. Capo, and they may really share now. I'm enjoying the opportunity I had Majuna Jete and Jerome Opoku. And today, sorry,
yeah,
and today, I want to really sound this sense of happiness within my heart.
Okay,
say petitions be ya bre on hopano.
Yeah,
ye nyankophobia. They are literally coming in for us. We need to appreciate them no matter how good or bad games that they have.
Okay.
We tend to brush off players so easily. One game on their neck, 2 games on their neck. It's an annual than Bepa Chosre, yes, Regana for a calibrinchi. Said the mobile nabasono or yakoda 20 years. abrabo ayebo, you can't be consistent for 365 days. Capo. With ubetima catch me say, wow, what to office are we adwuma? Ubetima ye productive at the same level for 365 days, Anna. There are times you have bad days at work. Meboa. I feeling you know mono. That is how footballers are. Yeah. We are moving to a dangerous way, Bia. How we support the national team, no? Capo, ye, bibi oho. Obi bana one game went me and moi, me a tears in the corner. Ye bully come because Nipano one game wabebo wanyadi and wasao yen frimo and onyadio. This is different to players on my team nache. I'm not talking about players on my team nache. I'm only trying to speak to Ghanaians about players at a time or moba fresh be more enjoy this World Cup. So World Cup you need Thomas Bandera Sante. More Yakubo Unity Cup who no ba wan shine hu no. Sure. Meboa. Then World Cup here about the partnership of Jerome ni Jonah Jite meboa. Marvin Senya meboa. Caleb Blanchi meboa. Mumi nya abotre. Hype ne ye. Ya jitu mi say hype ne de ye. Na mum when they have bad days, yes, we kill talents even before they reach. Aye. I'm not quite because we had the idea Jonah Jite pa Capo. Hey!
I did tell you, I'm seeing you in free team no cry. I would say the Okano. Players no need to be an Albihunu say or bo.
The thing is, this is not even the golden generation of your blasters.
I feel that we can remember boom.
Let's find the balance between overhyping and over criticizing.
Yeah,
you overhyping do. You usually over criticizing do.
As a Ghana, no Bob open now. You be a he.
So the one Caleb, yeah. With the Maninya Wamba, with against England, with the Caleb in Chebak pass back.
When you see a support now, a BB or a do baby, but over can say Ghana, you know, so who say, or also mouth support when you are doing well. But say uncle is also
there's a difference between constructive criticism and abuse.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you cross the line.
Okay.
I'm not saying you can say criticize it.
Okay.
But I think sometimes you cross the line. You cross the line too much. You cross the line too much. Did you many breed this when you walk up now? I have
Yeah.
Because I know say Ghana second game it will be difficult for us to lose. Many should say Ghana be lose game next year England.
The draw cry. More draw.
Say maybe I can say maybe a hype and kick up on
yeah.
Because Ghana since 1998, Ghana lose the second game in any major tournament.
Okay. It's a record no.
AFCON World Cup since 1998, Ghana lose the second game.
Any record non twice way. Any draw cry. Any draw cry they are qualified you baby. Yeah, no I don't know.
That's what I say.
Yes, no ma.
Let's try and find the balance.
Yeah.
Between criticism.
Nanga go win game way.
Oh, Nasa Capo there's a possibility say Ghana beat match England.
Nanya 6 points.
Na bibi na bibi ntia o. Na ka no ni madu e.
Easy cry, madu e kewe mo.
As you
your best grand draw.
As you concern the space.
As a come na tiku. Our your message in a chiro no madu e no obi tima fa ball grow actually. So de ba.
How is nafu?
Asa. Mfifuna Antonia na mu tie wo so pete no ma mfifun go a.
Akomko.
No ano aka no. But
you find the right balance between overhyping and over criticizing.
Okay. Mati, you fancy na yamre no so aso. Me da say